hello. My name's Tom Green, and welcome to Off the Grid. You know, it's like I always say, the 14th pick in the NBA draft of 1997, the Los Angeles Clippers select Maurice Taylor of Michigan. And welcome to Off the Grid. Every other Sunday night, we come here together to watch some wrestling that's been discarded, thrown to the side, not given its due for many a reasons. I'm here, you're here, let's begin the week the right way. Hello to Tito Santana on YouTube, Cleveland baseball fan 879 on YouTube, Mantan 1701, Brenticus Maximus, the one and only, Luizzo, Dave in Syracuse, I think I already said your name, Chandrox, Jonathan, hello, Brahavan, LJH, don't eat the squid, I'm looking at those eyes. So yeah, welcome everyone. I'm glad to see it's your first time here on a Sunday, LGH. I love seeing you on the Tuesday streams. Hello, Brian. Dermody. The man, the myth, the legend. Hello. So tonight we are watching 3 episodes of the American Wrestling Federation television show. 12 years of wrestling from early 1996. For those of you who do not know, the AWF was a startup run by some weirdos out of the Chicago area that got TV in almost every market in America in the fall 95, early 96 TV season. It's a bunch of old WWF and territory guys doing British rounds matches. It's just a whole weird-ass scene all around. So, let's get to it. As always, let me know if you can, if the audio is good, bad, or in between.
Americans have the freedom of choice, and your choice for professional wrestling should be the American Wrestling Federation.
That's right, Sarge, it should be, because it's American. I'm going to turn up the video just a little bit so I can hear it. Whoa, yes. And this is 1996. Filmed in 1995. But just as a comparison point, on Nitro we have Guerrero, Malenko, Mr. JL. Sabu had that run. In the WWF, we have Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart on top.
I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Ken
What's going on with Ken Resnick?
This is the American Wrestling Federation.
And Chrissy, this is the week that was. Everyone is waiting to find out just what Michael P.S. Hayes has up his sleeve. And knowing Michael Hayes, it could be anything.
I believe this was filmed near Chicago,
right.
Jonathan.
We also have Tito Santana, the champion of the American Wrestling Federation. And let's not forget Johnny Gunn.
That's a good point, Brian. That might have been why they used the rounds. Because, I mean, this roster is almost entirely dudes that are at least in their 40s.
With Mick Karsh and Terry Taylor.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen. Terry Taylor.
So apparently they couldn't get Mick Karsh and Terry Taylor to do the stand-ups at the beginning of the episode. Like, they didn't film this far in. So they had to get Ken Resnick and this Chrissy gal.
Well, that's a big
The bounty hunter who appears to think wrestling might be real.
No, I don't. And don't want you.
And his opponent from
Yeah, Luizzo, this show looks and sounds very good. There was money put into this show.
heavyweight champion, Tito Santana.
Here we go, Tito Santana, the AWF champion. And Tito Santana still has that belt, by the way. He will bring it to conventions with him. And wouldn't you believe that most of the time the fans that come say hi to him have no idea what it is. Oh, you will get plenty of Red Rooster down in this one. Plenty of Red Rooster down. Yeah, I believe this might have been filmed at Cicero Stadium. where MLW and maybe Impact Film TV in Chicago. Like, I know this set of tapings was in Chicago, and that looks like Cicero Stadium. Wait, the title's on the line? Also, that is absolutely a WWF Winged Eagle belt with the red, white, and blue strap. How did the Bounty Hunter earn a title match? Yeah, Tito Santana, from what we've seen, because I've watched some AWF on some test streams, Tito Santana and Bob Orton Jr. seem to be like the two best guys. This guy's not trained. There's no way this guy's trained.
That's that oblique development that he's been working on. What else did I forget, Cars? You're always trying to point out my mistakes.
Yeah, I did some research into that, Lou, for a YouTube short that I either will or won't come out soon. Tito didn't want to come into WCW. WCW wanted him. They wanted him for the Cruiserweight division. I did a short about that, and then I looked into some more Tito stuff. I found a couple stories that I might be able to use for YouTube shorts. Like, they brought him into shows to like wine and dine him, and he's just like, I don't want to leave the house. He'll do one shots like the AWF, he'll do some indies, but he doesn't want to be on the road every week. How can I tell? I mean, just look at this. Look at the way this guy moves.
Technology when it comes to television and audio. Absolutely.
There's movement. Like the footwork is really off with this guy. If this guy is, yeah, right there, the hesitation. If this guy is trained, then he needs to get his money back. Hello, Fanatic Gamer. Is that this Bounty Hunter? I remember the Bounty Hunter in 6 had a match on NWO Saturday Night. If this is that Bounty Hunter, that'd be dope. I forget. I know the American Giant was on NWO Saturday Night. It's the same guy. That's badass. It's not that he's in a shirt, because you could be in a shirt and still look, or still not come off like you're like a fan that they invited in the ring. It's the shirt and the jeans, and again, just the footwork is way off with this guy. At least he bought boots. Hey, Fire Pro Spooky.
A standard bearer for the American Wrestling Federation. Yeah, well, maybe Paul ain't gonna need a pallbearer instead of a standard bearer. The way he's getting hacked in the throat there by Mr. Tombstone.
I'm trying to figure out. Oh, yep. See right there. You're supposed to like push off the guy doing the backdrop, and he's like, "I'm gonna take a real backdrop." Oh, there we go. There we go. Tito wins. Can't even pretend to like make it a dramatic title match. He's like, I need to get out of this ring before this man hurts me. Listen to this fucking Richie Valens ripoff bullshit. Yeah, people forget that Tito Santana was one of the first ECW champions. Eastern Championship Wrestling was a much different company before Paul came. Def Rebel could never. Oh yeah, Def Rebel would be like Arriba, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Arriba. Bam. Yeah, Tito. They didn't even show the pin. They edited out the pin. I guess to save time.
One thing there is no doubt of.
I thought he called him Kid Redneck.
Federation very glad to have their champion Tito Santana back. And Tito, I've got to say, you wasted no time.
That is absolutely a Winged Eagle belt.
Japan and Europe defending this belt.
Yes, they were calling it. I think they even called it the Flying Burrito when he worked that Nitro against Jeff Jarrett.
The promoters from Japan and from Asia were negotiating with the president.
Hey, Optimum Vision.
He signed me up to go to Japan and to go to Europe. It's a little hectic, but it comes with the territory.
There's no way you defended that belt in Japan, Tito.
Has to guard against not
Come
only his
on.
opponent, but jet lag.
exactly
That's
right.
true, bro, man. Dave
and,
Milliken owns the rights to those designs.
You have to get used to that time difference real fast.
But still, you come up with your own belt design.
Cowboy Bob Orton has been around demanding a title shot, but you don't have a lot of say in it. It's the president and the promoters that really determine it.
That's right, Cowboy Bob Orton. I dodge nobody. I'm a wrestling champion, and whenever the president
Yes,
says,
you are.
That's what I
was it Reg Parks? I thought it was Dave Milliken that owned the Wing Eagle. I'm not doubting you either way.
I swear you do not want to watch this alone. If you've been waiting and you say you want more, I want more.
He is sweating so much for a man that's just cutting a promo. Gee, I wonder why.
It's definitely what you are looking for.
Oh, Lou is Tito still has the belt. He brings it to conventions with them. Yeah, Tito definitely still has that belt. Okay, it's Reg Parks, okay. Oh my god, this team rules. Don Diamond is my new favorite. The AWF Championship at least had a really good first defense.
And their opponents at a combined weight of
Flying Burrito, absolutely, at least to start out with, supposed to be super racist from Jesse Ventura.
And Jimmy Jam Garvin, together known as the Fabulous Freebirds.
You talk about a surprise.
Listen to those the sound effect, the boo, like immediately. We're supposed to believe that every fan in the building started booing in unison at the same time. Yeah, Manny Fernandez had the flying burrito. It was absolutely supposed to be racism.
These guys revolutionized tag team wrestling in the 80s.
Don Diamond, though. And they're wearing the stars and bars, kinda. At least they're not wearing the jackets. And this is Jimmy Garvin. This is just an indie shot for him. He's a pilot. He's making his money flying across the country. Those are the jackets they wore in the '92 WCW. Yeah, Michael Hayes there is a year younger than I am right now. Yes, this is Bad Street USA. Michael Hayes owns Bad Street USA. That's why he was able to take it everywhere with him. Don Diamond is the best. By the way, Michael Hayes, while this was airing, was on WWF TV as Doc Hendricks. He had started, I believe, September '95. Hello, is it Death Scene? I can't quite see. I need to make that a little bigger. Welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Have fun, relax, doing the chat. Yeah, Death Scene. Thank you so much for the follow. Hayes' partner is Jimmy Jam Garvin, believe it or not. That was such a funny promo. The vampires are like, oh, your real name is Michael Hayes. Like, the fucking dude with the fangs is breaking the kayfabe. Yeah, Jimmy Garvin at this point, he hadn't been wrestling. He's a pilot. Jeez, that boot to the face. Jerry Garvin. I just saw that, Chandrox. That'd be very funny if Michael Hayes got a dude named Jerry Garvin. Tommy Gordy. That would have been funny if it was Terry Sims. Don Diamond is also a guy I believe he might think it's real.
You got a partner like Simpson, I'd be scared too. You're supposed to be able to depend on your partner. Hubert right now is getting bounced around like a basketball.
I just want to see, like, AWF I think would have survived if they had a segment every week. Just watching Don Diamond and Hubert Simpson hanging out. You know, playing Sega Genesis. Hey, I Fight Giants. Yes, Bill Alfonso is the ref. This was, he was doing ECW. Hey, Refs is Wizards, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Like I say on the main shows, I never beg. I never ever beg for subs. But I always welcome them. They are my DECA. They are my steroids. I will shoot them into my butt cheek. Hubert Simpson is a great name. That is a good point.
Euthanasia right there. I think so. Diamond. What? No, Diamond, don't worry about the crowd, for heaven's sakes.
Yes. Come on, Don Diamond. I love Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes is in the Don Diamond, too.
Don Diamond into my sport. Now, wait a minute.
Michael Hayes.
I'm going to get up and go beat him up. Sit down. Sit down.
And Terry Taylor's on commentary sounded like a freaking old head doing a podcast. Why is this guy in my sport?
That's a very effective boot there. Hayes didn't even bat an eye and nailed him with the clothesline. Do you see the look of disgust? Huh? I saw it. The look of disgust for this guy being in our sport. I tell you, if I
Terry, come on, buddy.
This is my elbow.
Oh, he introduced him.
We're just doing bits during matches. That's great. This is my elbow, Don.
Respect for our sport. Oh, there's a big shot.
Glitch Sister on YouTube. Yes, the AWF piped in audio is the worst.
This week, but just working on this guy.
Like, at least the WWE Seagulls kind of sound like the size of the crowd that's on a Raw or SmackDown. They're piping in audio for like 5,000 fans in this little warehouse.
Do unto others before they do unto you. Jimmy Jam in the ring, little double team action. Oh, there's a double.
Ooh, yeah, that's how they would describe it on the AWF shows. Don Diamond being taken to the hood. Oh, jeez. Oh, shit.
The way I look at it is, if he kept rolling, hey, we only got 13 seconds left.
Ah.
Is 5 minutes Simpson going to survive a round with the Freebirds? It's by choice of the
I
Freebirds.
believe that is the case, Commodore Amigo, that many of the people in the crowd, mostly in the upper bleachers. Oh, jeez. They get this little pass. What the hell is this tag team?
Tito Scorpio in the house. Here it is in the American Wrestling Federation where it's so hot they got it going on like a hot skin.
Did they need somebody to make Scorpio look clean? Like, yeah, this guy smokes weed. This guy over here, though, is Chris Adams. He cuts himself open and you get high.
Tag team together will be like sugar and spice and all things nice in the American
There's no way
Wrestling
that that's the Don Diamond that team with Jerry Lawler. There's no way.
That's right, baby. If you want to see a lot
I will do more research on that. I have to think there's a second Don Diamond.
Hey, baby, right here's the combination.
Hey, Scuffle and Hillbilly. Yeah, it's the third headhunter and Vern Gagne's other son. I think that's Vern Gagne's uncle.
And Jimmy Jam Garvin, I am pretty sure, could have dispatched the team of Diamond and Simpson a long time ago.
Don Diamond might be crying. What was that walk
the
up?
Freebirds' choice. They just want to hammer
Like he was like scared.
I would like to say that I am
Yeah, it was 1982. I think that might be a different Don Diamond.
This guy is out here taking a lesson in how to absorb punishment. Why do we even need
Don
to
Diamond is in a state of, I would say, not euphoria. That's definitely the case.
And the cheerleading job.
Yeah, I feel like they should. The referee, Bill Alfonso, should have just ended it. Like, this guy should not be continuing.
3 years, 6 months, 2 weeks, and 1 day. Now I know. Mr. Spock
Or Don Diamond.
Oh, come on, Diamond, for heaven's sakes, just bail out.
Even the commentators in kayfabe are like, end this thing.
Loser leave Earth. This guy does not
Loser leave Earth. That's not nice.
We got the point, for heaven's sakes, as I know he does.
Oh, jeez.
I think he hasn't looked that good since the beginning of the match, for heaven's sakes.
Don Diamond kind of looks like Brian Stack. Oh, hey, it's the 911.
He's out.
Jimmy Garvin, believe it or not, was the first person to do the stunner on American television. Super Brawl 4. The 911 DDT. Or just the 911. The 911 DDT was the second rope DDT that Bad Street.
That's my butt hitting it. Don't worry about it. The fabulous Freebirds, Michael P.S. Hayes, Jimmy Jam Garvin.
Yeah, Don Diamond seems like he's actually hurt here. Yeah, let's get him. Oh, Michael. Hey, Xander. Welcome. Yeah, the Freebirds, especially Michael, they had more of those tights on TV in a couple years. Michael maybe had his metabolism slow down as it does to many of us. Probably should have gotten new tights. I mean, I don't think Hubert Simpson was much better than Don Diamond. I don't think he could have helped.
That guy's going to win the Olympia in September in Atlanta, I'm sure. PES right there decapitating a young man.
Jeez. Don Diamond looked so tired, too.
Right there, double boot. This guy, Don Diamond, looked bad going in, and believe it or not, actually looks worse
Yeah,
afterwards.
the video looks good. The audio sounds good, other than the quality of the sound bites they use for cheering and booing.
Ladies and gentlemen, being back in the dressing room, the shock was evident on the faces of all the other wrestlers here in the American Wrestling
When they saw
Federation.
Don Diamond walk to the
When
locker room and he's
Michael
still
Hayes said he was taking
standing.
a walk down Bad Street, no one thought he would be reuniting the Freebirds.
Yeah, you know I'm in the mood to smack somebody in the face. I want to let everybody
Great
know,
opening line.
everybody at the top of the ladder.
Imagine, like,
American Wrestling Federation,
some, like, drunk
that nobody
millionaire
pushes the Freebirds
at,
around.
like, 2 a.m.
Nobody pushes Michael around.
flipping
Nobody
around,
pushes Jimmy
stops
Jam
on
around.
this, and they see their
Nobody
pilot
pushes
on
Gordy
TV
around.
screaming about
Nobody
smacking
pushes
people in the
Buddy
face.
Roberts around. Nobody pushes nobody around.
Brian.
If anybody has
This
any
kinda look like
idea
me.
of doing it, they need to can it, Pally, because the fact is this. We
Pally.
didn't just fall out of no stinking tree. We didn't come here just to play around. We got a reputation.
No.
We're going to keep the reputation, and somebody is in a lot of trouble. You know, look at it this way. If it's a fight you're looking for, and it's us you want, heed these words of warning. Back up and punt. Because it's always third and long anytime you face the fabulous Freebirds. And Brother Jimmy Jam hit the nail on the head. This ain't the only
Also hit Don Diamond in the
resource.
head.
We ain't the only two
Hi,
guys
buddy. Love you.
that lived in the last house on the right. Do you remember that, Alperstein? You should have never, ever.
Yeah, Michael Hayes, rule number 1 of working a money mark fed. You mention the money mark in your promo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
This next bout is scheduled for 3 rounds.
Hey, Mondo Puro. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because they paid their fans and they brought 100,000 fans into the building with a negative $50,000 gate. T-Rex. Harry Taylor, stop. You're bad at that. Doing a Wolfman Jack impression in 1995. Ring announcer Bill Anderson, by the way, you might recognize from Dark Side of the Ring, the Chris Colt episode a couple weeks ago. Comes that jobber Tom Brandy.
I hate that guy. What are you talking about? Good body, good looking, got talent, 6'5", 265. Wait a minute. Wait a second. What is
That's at least one of those young ladies does not appear to be of age.
Poor guy. Holy cow. Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. The female contingent of the wrestling fans absolutely love this man. And he can't get to the ring, Terry.
Are they trying to have sex?
Harassment. You know, harass is 2 words.
I love when the security's come on. Come on. She's embarrassed. She's like, shit, I'm gonna be on TV. Rub it on this weird guy. She fucking Jim Halpert into the camera.
It's okay. Forget it. Alrighty then. Boy, Johnny Gunn, what a workout.
Apparently Bob Orton Jr. is sitting in the crowd before his match.
275-pounder T-Rex. I loved him in that movie. Wrong guy. Oh. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And Johnny Gunn, you know, you can talk about...
Yeah, that woman has probably had nightmares about that, hoping it never actually aired.
Johnny Gunn, you can talk about the good looks all day long in the female...
Tom Kinney, I think, has managed for Lucha Vavoom. I know he's ring announced for them. Tom Kinney, the voice of SpongeBob. I'm almost positive he worked as a heel manager for them at one point. Yeah, Jesse Hernandez. If it's a startup fed in the 90s, Jesse Hernandez is there as a referee. Yeah, Tom Kinney is at like a lot of Lucha Vavoom shows in LA, and he's worked for them. He's worked for them. Andy Richter, I know, has worked for them.
What agility for a 270-pounder! Look at the block. Johnny Gunn, what a tremendous...
That was cool. That was neat.
Oh, he's fired up.
Yeah, T-Rex probably has the best looking gear we've seen so far.
Licktolotopus, or whatever he is, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Though he does kind of look like a sexy mini golf course. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is a weird ring. Like, in terms of circumference, it's right size, but those, yeah, the ring posts are so small. Oh, jeez, Tom Brady. Like, I've seen at least one AWF show where, like, the Warlord, who's like 6'3", maybe? Like, steps over the top rope.
Has to consider him for a possible championship match in the future. He looks better every time we see him.
Like, if you shake T-Rex, you get the Saved by the Bell opening credits.
He may not get a championship match. I've never seen anything like that. What a reception he got. I hate that. I can't get that at home on payday.
And the Wish version of the Rick Steiner tights.
Whip.
What was that? Tom Brady called a reversal, but he didn't call it nearly loud enough.
This kid came up with a lariat.
Is T-Rex gonna go for a moonsault?
That's not a good idea. Well, he's taking forever.
Oh, something broke in the ring. But again, does look, yeah, a bit if you, I can see that, Brian. He looks like Tom Zenk. What the hell was that?
Did he break his neck there, for heaven's sakes, Terry? Dude, this one is over. What a maneuver.
That's horrifying.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is called taking advantage of a mistake.
Why would you do that to someone?
Well done, Johnny Gunn. And this crowd loves it. And again,
Let alone here.
Fans, every guy in here hates him as much as I do.
Like,
well, we're certainly all envious of him. And
yeah, I'm glad you're holding the back of your head. Also that you're walking.
He is getting better and better every week.
Yeah, we just watched the night that Tom Brady murdered someone.
Taken by storm by Johnny Gunn.
I wonder why he never did that in the WWF.
This guy's got it all going on. There you see, hasn't been a backbreaker. Side slam, actually, over the top rope.
Like, I want to post a gif of that and be like, he did that for a hot dog and a handshake, huh? Oh my god!
This guy has never looked better.
Oh my
He looks tremendous, and so do the ladies. With my luck, if I was going to the ring, I'd probably have Don Diamond doing that to me. Oh, stop it. Right now, let's send it to our broadcast.
Hey, Refs' Wizards. Yeah, this is...
I'm here with President Paul Alperstein of the American Wrestling Federation. Now,
I'm here with President Paul Alperstein of the American Wrestling Federation. Somebody press the off button.
I can understand this overwhelming response to a certain extent because, well, I've had a few crushes.
Yeah, Paul Alperstein's hairline goes back further than his relationship with his parents.
But never to the extreme.
President Colin Mockery.
Here with the AWF going to for Johnny Gunn.
They're gonna start playing clips behind them, and they have to figure out what it is.
On his back. How do you feel about that? I know it's got to be thrilling for the response to the American Wrestling Federation, but to single one wrestler out.
Well,
does she want them to like
and I have to tell you,
necking all the wrestlers?
Have one of the best responses here in the American Wrestling Federation.
Does she want women to just start like coming out and cranking off the Warlord? Like what is that question?
You cannot send any more here. We don't have any more room. The postcards and letters, please keep them coming. He responds to them all.
Well, Paul, I can understand how it would be a problem for you, but somehow I don't think it's a problem for Johnny.
What was that? I get it. You probably have issues getting erections, but Johnny Gunn, he's up all night. Yeah, that is the money mark. That's the guy that's paying for all this, Paul Alperstein. John Paul, longtime WWF enhancement guy. Like, I think he was actually flown in for this, because he's like a New Hampshire dude.
And his opponent from
Chrissy has freshman congressman wife energy.
265 pounds.
Wait, is that the what's his face? The umpire that did the WrestleMania 11?
Well, ladies, would you get a load of this? The ambassador, Steve Casey.
The ambassador.
And the suspenders and the derby. A very, very arrogant individual who has been tossing out challenges to everybody in the American Wrestling Federation, particularly
he's like
stripper
that's really upset that he's a stripper.
He's 6'5", he's 270 pounds. Those
is he?
trying to crawl over the railing to get to this guy.
They said he's 6'5". He walks over the top rope.
John Paul from Minnesota. Absolutely the Gopher State, and we're proud of him. Why don't you go for anything? Just get out of here.
I'm trying to think what he looks like.
He has the ringside attendant all his.
Looks like he's doing like an Abraham Lincoln stripper gimmick.
Yeah, this guy is a graduate of the Wigan Academy in England.
Oh my God, yes, Brian. Baron Corbin should come back as an erotic dancer. Or exotic dancer. Erotic either way.
Every submission there is.
This guy's great.
Well, knock it off for heaven's sakes.
Politely takes off the suspenders.
From his opponent, John Paul. You know all about him, don't you? Give us a background. I have seen John
He
Paul actually
appears to be wearing soccer knee
debut in
pads.
professional wrestling about 7-8 years ago. This is a talented young man.
Hey, Bob McKenzie.
Yeah, right there, Casey floated from a.
That's like a shoot front face lock he's got on.
To a Grumman or front face lock.
Yeah, Grumman,
I know all
yeah.
this stuff. Boy, I'm getting a lesson here. Yeah, well, anytime you're sitting next to me, you should learn something. Nice move.
Like he's trying to do Johnny Sate stuff, and then he's like,
One thing about this guy is he is silky.
I know moves.
Well, you know, you talk about arrogance, Terry. I have to.
He was a Wigan guy?
You don't turn your back on anybody.
I mean, I'm not doubting it. Like a lot of dudes came through Wigan guys.
I'm scared of.
He has to be like the guy that graduated from Wigan with like a D-. Why is his reaction to being clotheslined is like?
His eyes are open, but they're going sky. Oh, playing some opossum. Oh, big elbow. Right, that was on the chin, not the throat.
Like he's fine, but he seems like he's so bored.
Look at the deadpan expression.
And for the guy with like by far the least name value on these shows, you cannot be acting like you're above.
What I'm saying makes sense.
What if Alex Super became a stripper?
Never changes. Absolutely
Love
He's
it.
got that one expression glaring at his opponent with
Okay,
the
that's
same
cool.
eye.
Cover in the face, the mouth, and the nose when you do the Russian leg sweep. That is kind of a cool little thing. He's winning me over. But yeah, the vibes between what he wore to the ring and what he's doing make no sense.
Unless you can shift your momentum, and he did it well. Well, John Paul tried to fire back a very ineffectual shot to the midsection, and right now, Ambassador Steve Casey firmly in.
Imagine Don Diamond against this guy.
Outside the ring. Yeah, there's one thing about this guy. When you have no respect for your opponent, you can throw him out because you know no matter how much you.
What?
Oh, now that's great agility.
Why is everyone trying so hard?
Down with a sledgehammer to the back. When you don't respect your opponent, you throw him outside and do things like that.
Dancing with a point.
You know, Terry,
Yeah.
we have to address the issue of Steve Casey tossing out these challenges to gentleman Chris Adams, a fellow countryman. Yeah, but what happens if he doesn't beat John Paul? Right. You know, you gotta back things up here. I think
What's he gonna
do. Is he gonna do the flip roll? No.
Oh, I thought he was gonna do a Death Valley driver. I'm like,
Has to
what?
break a rib on that one. In for the cover, hooks the leg. This one is over, and a very, very impressive performance.
I think the reason why he never got a look nationally Scuffle and Hillbilly is because I don't think anybody thinks he actually wanted to be a wrestler. Like, he just seems so upset.
This is one arrogant individual, Terry. Yeah, but he backed it up. He came out here challenging everybody. He's got an international reputation.
Love the guy in the mustache in the second row. Oh, shit, they're on.
John Paul may have never seen him before. I tell you, John Paul's a great wrestler.
Yeah, we're not getting near falls on these shows. Assure.com or yeah.
Well, this is where he missed that.
I saw somebody say not a lot of not many kickouts. Jonathan. Yeah. You're not getting many near falls in the AWF.
Russian leg sweep, well executed, and then he does this fall away slam. Look at how his body weight spears John Paul. Yeah,
He's like, what? Is that hard?
Happy with himself. Steve Casey, the ambassador.
Yeah, John Paul, he got by far the best enhancement, guys.
Steve Casey is standing by right now with our broadcast colleague, Kenny Red.
Like, neck up, he kind of looks like John, like Uncle Jesse's, like, evil cousin from Greece.
From Kensington,
With
England, and
House.
certainly the Casey Kamikaze, very devastating. If I may, this term ambassador, now where did that come from?
Listen, you American reprobate. When you speak to an ambassador,
So,
call me sir.
if you're gonna say that this guy's like a tall person, you cannot have Ken Resnick
I was born with the title
standing like that next to him.
I represent
Even if Ken
everything that's
Resnick's
great
tall,
in
like, it
Europe.
just kills it.
I am the representative of Europe. the finest wrestling style in the world. And you see, you Americans...
The ambassador of Chippendales. Also, why did he need the hat?
We gave you the tongue to speak. If it wasn't for the English, you'd be speaking Arapaho. We gave you everything. Now you're going to try and go back to my style of wrestling, the round system. That is my territory, and that is your downfall, you heathens.
He is the ambassador. Let's go back to ringside.
He is the ambassador.
Well, what an arrogant,
couldn't even remember his name.
Quiet, you reprobate.
Representing all of Europe. That's right, Brian.
Introducing
Fonzie's
at
back.
a combined weight of 560 pounds, the Texas Hangmen.
There we go, the Texas Hangmen. Or just the Hangmen. If you're the Chiron guy. Ran out of room. You know, last time we did Off the Grid, we talked about Slammer and Jammer Brute Force. I did watch that interview, by the way. Apparently, Slammer and Jammer were trained at the power plant. Like, they trained with Kevin Nash. Before it was, like, officially the power plant, but it was, like, Jody Hamilton and Surge running it. So, yeah, they're technically power plant. But these guys are also very much sitcom wrestlers. They use the same music on these shows for, I think, all the heels.
And their opponents at a
They look like they're capable of some disorderly conduct. That is darn right, Scuffle and Hillbilly.
Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, and the Birdman,
Oh, fancy lighting. Hey, it's Frankie. Frankie seems horrified. Mr. USA, who looking for a cellophane? Oh my goodness, I didn't even think about that box. I'm sure they didn't either. Yeah, Frankie's like, yeah, I didn't get my my big show payoff, so I'm not gonna squawk my wings so much. Also, by the way, this is his WWF music. I have no idea. Like, Coco did not own the song, so I have no idea how they got the rights. Yeah, let's be able to get a foothold in the AWF.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this one.
Brian, what just happened there? We're just doing dissolves between cameras now.
Wrestling Federation as they take on the Birdman, Coco Beware, and Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Yeah, right here we have the smaller of the two Texas Hangmen in Psycho at 260 pounds.
Like, literally, how can you tell?
Coco Beware at 240. We have the high flyers in there. And then the power man in the corners waiting for that tag.
See, I would normally say that, but they were absolutely playing that through the AWF system. They were absolutely... Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, they were playing that through the main line. Because they did the same thing. There's like there's another set of tapings after this that was not on the DVD release, but they brought in the Honky Tonk Man. And they used his WWF music. It's so weird. Oh, Coco's great, Scuffle and Hillbilly. Coco Beware does not get his just due. As a wrestler, he was so good.
From Roanoke, Virginia, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas whipped off the ropes.
Oh my goodness. Yes, they are wearing the Rivera Steakhouse logo. So you know their strong style. Oh my gosh, he's going to kill him. Imagine how horrified Texans must have been to hear that fans in Chicago were chanting USA against the Texas Hangmen. Hey, Therapy. Hello. I mean, they could... I think they might be Jimmy Hart songs, but also Jimmy wasn't... I'm pretty sure the WWF owned the song. That's why Jimmy couldn't use them in WCW. He couldn't use the Honky Tonk song. He had to write a new one.
The guy looks good. But I gotta scratch my head and
because I have lice.
The American Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Champion is dodging me. Santana, you know I'm the #1 contender. Put it up, punk.
There's a man
I sympathize with you, Commodore Amigo. It took me a hot minute to figure out Goldust was Dustin Rhodes. Even though I read about it in the magazines.
Oh, cut it out, will you please? Stick to the action in the ring. Now, again, I'm confused here. Who is
Cool Adam. Adam Luce on YouTube. His ex's brother was on True Life. I'm a Pro Wrestler. Man, that was a nice little touch. Frankie got his own Chiron. I will say Coco Beware and Tony Atlas have the most comfortable ring gear of anyone we've seen thus far. Beware of the Birdman. I'm sure that was not made for him when he walked into the building.
In the American Wrestling Federation. Coco Beware, there's got a wrist lock on that big man. You break these guys down, get 1 point injured, and it's like a table on 3 legs. It has no stability. Good shots there by Killer on the chest.
Oh, Terry Taylor, you and your punchlines.
And there's a kick right to the short ribs, and now
Bob Orton, that's a good point, Skullful and Hillbilly. We watched a lot of Bob Orton off the grid. This and the NWF, where he was like the best guy there. He might have a convincing argument for being like the best wrestler of on all of these weird 90s startup fests.
Anything less than a bunch of rounds. Coco Beware taking over, attacks. Oh, he missed and hit his face. He's got, all it takes is 3 seconds. There's 10 seconds here. Killer should get on him.
Also, shout out to Coco for painting the sides of his head.
He does roll him over.
I always thought that was commitment. Texas Hangman competent. You know, Jonathan brought up earlier about how they're shooting right into the lights, and like they absolutely are. But the ceiling to this place is so low that I don't know if they have a. It's like Ring of Honor back in the day, where like their crew used to have to shoot in the lights because the ceiling only went up so high, so the lighting rig could only be a few feet above the ring. No, it's not a 3-minute draw. We're going to a second round. We have rounds. We'll be right back for the second round.
Welcome back, everybody, in the Texas Hangman. Look at this, eager to continue.
Bill Alfonso wanting to keep these guys right down the middle. X-Pac is the ring girl.
Steve right now has got to be licking his chops and all the money he's going to get on fines after that attack. Right here, though, I think that's Killer. He's got Coco. Look at
Killer and Psycho again. Great wrestling names. I said it earlier, Adam. I'm pretty sure this might be Cicero Stadium, where MLW and TNA run. Pretty sure. I'm not positive. Hey, Asbender. Yeah, absolutely. If you're watching on YouTube, throw a like. Throws me into the algorithm, and then more people come in. Thank you so much, Asbender. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm not talking crap about the Texas Hangman's bodies because I am very much big in the middle. Look at that. A little bit of old Japan. A little fringe on the side of the Texas Hangman's singlets. Oh. At least he saved it.
All he's doing now is blocking that tag. He isn't doing anything offensive. He's just preventing a tag. That is good tag team strategy, and you've got to have it. You betcha.
I would imagine. I'll pop in, watch a match or two with MLW every now and again, and it'll be like, oh, it's still MLW. It's still MLW being okay. No matter who they bring in. And like they book people I like. I'm a big Josh Bishop fan. I like Filthy Time. A lot of the luchadors they booked for seeing alone are great. It's MLW. Listen to this crowd that's not here on a recording. Going wild. But hey, at least the people in the building look like they're with it.
Wait a second now. But see, Killer, too big and too strong. You can never count out one of these tag teams, either one.
I love how Bill Alfonso just straight up saw them cheating and was like, no. I put over Coco for like half this match, and then he like does that drop kick. That was fine. Hey, Saint G on YouTube. I loved the Wrestling with Regret episode. I'm a big Brian Zane. Brian Zane rules. And yeah, he brings up a good point on a lot of his startup episodes. Every startup promotion in this era was like, we're gonna bring wrestling back to the way it used to be. Like, why? What was that attack by Nails? He calls it the rear view? What?
You know the history between Tony Atlas, Mr. USA, and Nails. They've had confrontations before, and this time, like the snake that he is, Nails.
He's Nails. He could have just like choked them or something.
Man on man from the front, and he has attacked Tony Atlas.
Exactly. Bring it back to what? Like naked grease oil wrestling? Yeah, these two, I think they had a double DQ earlier in the season. There's big dudes throwing bad punches at each other. Yeah, that's right. That's in at 73. I will be fair. This is Nails with an S, not Nails with a Z. So they don't get sued, even though they're just straight up playing Jim Johnson songs. Isn't that what that lady did to Johnny Gunn earlier in the show? Nobody seemed to care then. Oh, Ronnie Vegas. Vegas crapped out, baby. Yeah, they didn't even call him the Convict. He's just Nails with an S. I see Trevor Blanchard, another Chicago area legend. In quotations. This is the saddest pull-apart. There's like 4 referees. Bill Alfonso directing traffic. What the fuck is that guy? Is that a fan that just jumped in the ring? Like, just... Criminal, I love it. Ball upper students. Come on, guys. Come on. Stop it. Hey, dude, I'm doing pre-tapes in the back with Chrissy. Talking about necking. And who is that guy in the white shirt? He's counting like this. I'm serious. Did they just let a fan in there? The referees are laughing. This is the saddest. Referee just straight up laughs into the camera. Paul Alperstein's getting in there now. He's gonna put his muscle in there. He's a tough guy.
Welcome back, everybody. Terry, they fought right through the break, for heaven's sakes. Unbelievable. Yeah.
I don't think they were SAG members. I think they were people from a homeless shelter.
These two behemoths hate each other. Thank goodness it's
and they were paid to be in the crowd. There's like, why is this still happening?
You made the right choice with the
Ooh, this is in widescreen.
So until next week, you're
all right, on to a second episode, 2 of 3.
Attention, Americans have the freedom of choice, and your choice for professional wrestling.
Americans have the freedom of choice, but if your pronouns don't match the way you were born, I'm gonna kick your ass. Is probably how that would go these days. Warriors. Like, the singer sounds like he's making fun of the show. Yes, a shirt out comes. That is dead on. The show feels like the clips they play in between the game on like Sega CD. And Jax does bring up a good point. There was a Sabu match that was taped for the AWF. That's in the intro. And we're gonna watch this again.
Yeah, they've got bad feelings. They've got some history. But look at Tony Atlas, Mr. USA. He didn't back down. He was standing tall.
Like, the enhancement guys mostly just look confused.
Professional wrestling. We got 93 umpires in there. 47 wrestlers.
How did this air back then? Mercifully. No, this was it's 100% syndicated. Paul Alperstein's like, stop it. You're annoying me. Get off, Nails. But no, like, I know in Indianapolis it was on at like 2 a.m. on Sundays after the weekend edition of Extra.
Now with me, as you can see, American Wrestling Federation President Paul Alperstein. Paul, first off, I guess I have to.
But they cleared every major market in America.
A couple of weeks ago, we talked about how you've been very firm with fines here in the American Wrestling Federation that has curtailed.
Paul Alperstein seems like he's disgusted
so much for those thoughts.
With Ken Resnick for some reason.
You've been very firm so far. We've had nothing like the kind of brawl that took place last week. What have you done so far in terms of fines and suspensions, and what may you still be contemplating?
Well, even though Tony Atlas was not the instigator of the battle,
hey, No Mercy,
he did
welcome.
participate
Glad
in
to
it.
see
He did exceed the rules. I am finding both
Reppin'
Nails
Erotic
and
Eric
Mr.
Fontaine.
USA and Tony Atlas $10,000 apiece, and they will not wrestle again until those fines have been paid.
So in other words, in
other news, Tony Atlas and Nails never wrestled for the AWF again.
That would be a correct assumption.
Well, there you have it. President Paul Alperstein not about to put up with the kind of antics we saw here in the American Wrestling Federation.
Paul Alperstein, he looks like he's about to cry.
Ringside, Mick Karsh, Terry Taylor, and our ring announcer, Bill Anderson.
Well, Terry, fall
Yeah, I think this is on, God, what was, UPN affiliate, Indianapolis. Okay, what, Ronnie Vegas and what appears to be a drunk guy. Hawkeye Cody Hunter. I believe that guy plays Darlene's boyfriend on the Connors.
I gotta put that in my retirement, not his.
Tony Atlas just brought in a check. Here you go. I don't even know whose name is on this check. Don't think it'll cash, but there you go, $10,000.
Oh, no.
Had to go searching through his bedroom to find his shoebox. I saw that show.
The team of Hercules and the Roughneck, Mr. Hughes.
This was like the most consistent tag team the AWF had. Tony Hunter of the Hunter Brothers. Him and Bounty. Oh, I love that, Brian. Yeah, Hercules and Mr. Hughes. God, this Hercules, I think he was early 40s here, but he looked no younger than 60.
We just called him Sam, had a heart attack. We wish you well, Sam. We love you and can't wait till you're back in full swing.
Absolutely, we do. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hughes and Hercules set to do battle.
Yeah, they are the team of the Lords, Warlord and Jeff Gaylord. That's a real team on the AWF. That's right, Jeff.
This is one devastating tag team combination.
What the fuck, Adam Loose? About a year after ROH started, I asked Tony Atlas about it, and he said he would destroy Ring of Honor with this black magic because he's black. Tony Atlas rules. He's awesome. Butcher, yeah. Butcher does. Andy Williams looks a lot like Hercules. That's a good point, Shane Brooks. Yeah, the thing that sucks about Hercules is everyone like seems to remember like the butt end of his career and not like the really good stuff from like Mid-South,
Tony was only
Florida.
defending himself, for heaven's sakes. I don't understand that at all.
Okay, I don't either, but if Nails attacks me, if I had a howitzer, I'd use it. If it cost me 10 grand, I guess I'd rather pay that than paying for my medical bills. Alperstein is doing. All
right, again, this is a rounds match with Hercules and Mr. Hughes.
Wrestling organization. Boy, he's getting rich doing it.
Well, he certainly is, and ladies
Ronnie Vegas. I've told this story on some of the shows before. Never heard it. Ronnie Vegas used to run indie shows in my little hometown, Crawfordsville. with Bobo Brazil
Ronnie
Jr.
Vegas used to be a bullfighter in Mexico or Spain
And
or wherever
they would do this thing where the first show they would run, they'd go to a double DQ. Second show they'd run the next month, it'd be like a hardcore match that somehow also went to a double DQ. And then they were like, next month we're coming back with a scaffold match. Buy tickets now. And they would get a bunch of people to buy pre-sale at the show, and then they just wouldn't come back for a year. And then they would run that same thing on a loop. Normal match, hardcore match. Come buy tickets for the scaffold match. Not come back. They did it like 3 or 4 years in a row. Power and Glory ruled. I'm glad the Powerplex is getting the love it's gotten in the last few years.
Please, Terry. He could have had him right there.
Yeah, he could. This guy's got to be tough because he wears sunglasses when he's wrestling on TV. We haven't even seen Hercules other than that shot right there. And Hughes has never had those glasses.
Fact checking something that's driving me nuts.
Well, he looks like he's ready for a businessman's lunch. And talking about a man who will eat your lunch, Hercules has entered the ring right now. Whoa, Hughes! What agility by that.
Did he just say what the shit?
I can't believe he just tagged Hercules in and he did the drop kick.
And Hercules, as is his custom, he's not going to finesse you, he's not going to outspeed you, but I'll tell you, he's going to
Okay,
hurt you.
I'm not a big baseball guy. I mean, I go to baseball games, I enjoy baseball, but I'm not like a factoid guy. Is that Larry Young as the referee?
You see Ronnie Vegas making a move to save his partner?
He, famous umpire. He refereed at WrestleMania 11 too. I swear that's him.
Well, this is one incredible combination that the Sheik has put together.
Yeah, right there you see Cody.
That was something. That is wild. If that is, and they're just not mentioning that it's him. God, Mr. Hughes' drop kick fucking ruled.
Mr. Hughes, she got non-LKC.
Oh my god, okay, that was safe.
Well, clear-cut winners at that. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Ken Resnick.
Yeah, we don't have enough balding wrestlers. That is Larry Young. Wow, it's crazy that he's just reffing on AWF shows, and they're not like, hey, there's a guy who people might know as a referee. Look at how fucking big that man's back is. And if you look closely, you can see all the little pimple scars. Also, why does everybody in the AWF start their promos with their back to the camera?
You cannot wrestle until you pay that $10,000 fine.
What's the difference?
You're about right.
What's the 6 of one, half a dozen of another?
Also, I thought he wasn't allowed to like appear until he paid his fine.
Because Neil enjoy coming from this angle.
Nail,
so much.
singular.
He knows what my back looked like. When
Motherfuckers above their
take
heads.
a look at what my front looked like. Because
Oh, it
this
was
is
for
the
a
way
punchline.
you're gonna
I
face
see
me
what he
from
did
now
there.
on.
All
Not
right.
from the back, brother. Not slipping up from behind. And I don't think it's fair that I had to pay the $10,000. But if that's what it takes to get in the
Everything's
ring with you,
singular
I
with
don't have
Tony
$10,000, but I
Ellis.
was fair to
$10,000
somewhere. And
nail.
Nails, make sure you get
Okay, it's
your
plural.
$10,000 up.
I have not
because
met
do
Tony
wanna
Atlas.
wrestle you again, brother.
Okay, I haven't met him, but I've been in the same room as him.
Very determined and
couple of
dejected Tony Atlas. Not much he can do about it, unfortunately. He's out of here for now.
First, at a combined weight of 477 pounds, the team of Billy Joe Eaton and
Billy Joe Eaton, another longtime Chicago guy. Ken McGuire, we've seen on WCW Deep Cuts Live before. He did a lot of enhancement work in the 90s for both groups.
Oh, you need more than that.
and their opponents at a combined weight of 475 pounds, the team of two, Cold Scorpio and Gentlemen.
Again, why? Why this team? I mean, I'm sure they're fine. Yeah, but that's the footage. That's not me. Whatever just happened there. This is such a weird team. I'm assuming they let the drug guy book the show. And he's like, here are my two best customers. And Scorpio mostly just wanted weed. Chris Adams wanted one of everything.
the same situation here.
These are cool lights, except that you just can't see anything.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Billy Joe Eaton here going up with Ted McGuire. Your favorite wrestler.
Scorpio, another guy who was in ECW when this was airing.
He's still got the pink tunic. He has not learned his lesson.
Yeah, that Dark Side of the Ring episode about Chris Adams is rough. I mean, it's good, but it's rough as in, like, he was a piece of shit.
This should be a very interesting matchup because, as I said, you've got Chris Adams, technically one of the greatest in the world today, the leverage wrestler, the European style.
Yeah, that's just as random of a tag team, Jax. Scott Putski with Chris Adams.
Super kick. On the other hand, you said it all about Too Cold Scorpio.
Yeah, the Sherry episode was sad. I was heartbroken for her son. Tim McGuire wearing my favorite singlet design with a little strap in the back, like an old school ladies bathing suit.
I just turned the monitor around. Heaven's sakes, you don't want to look at that for too long. You can't describe it.
Ray did look like Mrs. Dad. That's a good point, Cleveland baseball fan.
I don't know, but this guy has come in here, he's trying, I'll give you that. Oh, and there's gentleman Chris Adams.
Yeah, Sherry ruled.
The first punch thrown by McGuire, leveled him with a shot of his own, and now McGuire,
Everyone I know who ever interacted with Sherry just
loved her. He definitely has
one of the few people nobody really has a bad word to say
well, he better have McGuire and Eaton on his mind today.
Yeah, that was crazy, Mantan, in the Dark Side episode. And it's not just like one person said it, that Chris Adams' eyes would glow when he got mad. They had like 3 or 4 people that knew him from different points in life that all mentioned that his eyes would fucking glow like an alien when he got mad. What the hell was that?
You stay right there in that easy chair. You are going to be amazed at what this man can do. There's the tag to Eaton.
That's Too Cold Scorpio. Who's that guy from the Attitude Era Sheet group?
I like this Billy Joe Eaton.
Are you thinking about Too Cool?
He's aggressive. Shoulder block.
No Mercy, you thinking about Too Cool? And Scorpio is just way too good for this place. Like, he's not even trying hard, and he's by far the best guy. Stop it, Terry Taylor. Shut your mouth. I don't like you.
Hit the bricks, pal. Give Terry back the headset. Come on, Terry, sit down. All right, I'm back. But you see the way he did that? He cut a flip and dropped the leg on the guy. What athletic ability.
Like, I think the worst person ever is the one person that convinced Terry Taylor he was really good at impressions.
That's illegal. Point of the elbow is illegal.
Yes, the Scorpio Bobby Bradley match, I saw that. I think it was on another one of the test streams we did. It was really good. Scorpio's just too good for this place.
Some of the best are right here in the American Wrestling Federation. Scorpio signaling right now. What's he?
Oh! Yeah, Scorpio's just doing shit to get him through the match, and he's still blowing everyone away. This is clearly upsetting Terry Taylor for some reason. I wonder why. I read the lawsuit too.
I'm not going anywhere. Here we go. Double Irish whip into the rope and then double elbow. Why is it an Irish whip?
I'm just saying, if those rips in Scorpio's tights moved about an inch in a different direction, somebody would get their eye poked out.
I love these young kids that don't know enough to stay down. He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day.
Oh, Terry Taylor absolutely is a newsletter lead. Like, that's pretty, it's been like established through the years. I know, yeah, Bischoff said it, but like, yeah. Like, there are, if you go through the torch from back in the day, there are stories that might as well just say, Terry Taylor said this. It is really weird that Terry Taylor is like so emotionally involved in Scorpio not winning this match.
Do you believe this, Terry? This, ladies and gentlemen, is the greatest display of heart and guts I've ever seen. And that is the end of the first.
I think it was Chuck Taylor who once said about Too Cold Scorpio, I was staring at his knees and it still poked me in the face. Well, hell yeah, the SST.
You know what? Our favorite
Tonga Kid and Samu. Fatu was with the WWF at the time.
They'll bite your neck.
Yeah, Eddie Gilbert. I mean, Eddie Gilbert was an RSPW. He was in that news group. Holy shit, what are they doing to each other?
You have got to be kidding me.
I mean, I would argue the reason why Cornette has the rep he does with some people is like this genius of wrestling booking, blah, 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 is because he was one of the first guys to like go to the quote unquote smart fans through like the Torch and the Observer and talk to them directly.
He said they wanted to bite somebody on the neck and tear their ears off.
Him and Russo are just two sides of the same coin. Like, same way Russo got his rep.
You know, if I was about 60 pounds heavier and somewhat tough, you'd look like McGuire. I would take you. All right, back to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, of McGuire. Well, that was a short-lived offense. He tags out already. Back in the ring is Mr. Eaton going back to work on Too Cold Scorpio. We did not see much of McGuire there on that little exchange.
All right, count your blessings. I'll tell you what, this is what it's all about.
Why do you have to be mean like that, Terry Taylor? That's my job. Watching this shit like 30 years later.
He has that arm.
I'm allowed to be snarky. You, who is working in the AWF, is not. So that being said, bless Scorpio's heart for being like, I'll sell for these guys. Why not?
Say it.
All right, he's punching his way out, but it worked. Tag in, here comes Adams. Takes a shoulder tackle from a
That's a good point. I didn't even notice the shirt outcomes. Is the enhancement guy's corner is opposite hard cam, so you're just seeing them the whole time. I have no idea what's going on in the Stars' corner. That's a good point. I heard that Mario Savoldi, I think it was a bunch of like Texas tapes. Some got posted on YouTube or something.
With that lariat, twice by Chris Adams. 5 seconds to get a double team move in. 3. Well, Jesse's counting.
Yeah, Heyman's the same thing as I said about Cornette. That's a good point from Brucey. All went to the newsletters and talked directly to the newsletter fans. And so they became like almost like his publicists. Why are we doing a 450 in the AWF? You could have just done the tumbleweed. But nonetheless. Amarillo footage, okay, yeah, that's thought it was that. Literally, that is by far the coolest move these people saw. And again, that's Scorpio at like half speed. Would have been crazy if Chris Adams' eyes glowed red before he threw that super kick. Like if his eyes could glow red, why? Somebody should have pissed him off before he went out to the ring. He would have gotten over. As the red eye guy. There's Steve Casey taking a smoke break before he bores patrons at the strip club he works at.
Speaking of gentlemen, right here we have gentleman Chris Adams and Too Cold Scorpio. Double elbow on Billy Joe Eaton. Boom kick to the side of the head, which would have killed a normal man.
Boom kick to the side of the head.
Kicks out of that, continues on. They throw him in. Double back drop. Look at the height. This kid tries to block it with his hands. Nothing. Down he goes. Billy Joe Eaton.
At least that guy knew how to kind of take a backdrop, unlike our friend Don Diamond earlier. Not Don Diamond, Bounty Hunter.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, our friend, the lovely Chrissy, standing by with Coco Beware.
Yeah, this is probably the best custom song.
I'm here with Coco Beware. And Coco, what started out last week as a dynamic debut for you and your tag team partner, Mr.
Coco,
USA,
what started out
Tony
last
Atlas,
week as a dynamic debut for you and Tony Atlas was ruined by Nails.
And
Your
now
thoughts?
Tony has been fined $10,000 and can't wrestle till that fine is paid. How does that affect you?
Well, you know, it's going to affect us a little bit, but not very much.
Yeah, I'll give them credit, Luizzo. They are doing the best with what they have. The problem is there was not a lot available.
But I want to say one thing.
So yeah, they're doing a good job of shooting a small crowd. I'll give them.
I'm going to pay half of that $10,000 fine, and I guarantee you.
No, you're not.
Coming back in that ring, and we're going to start this all over again. But this time we're going to be hotter than ever. So you get ready, Mr. Nails, because you don't jump me for the last time.
You should have been Mr. Nails. That would have been fun.
For the last time. So be prepared for a showdown. It's coming.
She's like, I just want to talk.
Beware, because this tag team will be back in action. Now stay tuned for more action.
They'll be back in action. Now stay tuned for more action.
This match is scheduled for 3 rounds.
Love the drop guy already kissing his biceps.
Weighing 230 pounds, Chad Miller.
Chad Miller looks like he looks like the blonde nerd extra from Saved by the Bell. If anybody knows what I'm talking about.
And his opponent from Red Lake, Minnesota, weighing 290 pounds, he is the Chippewa Indian Chief Charlie Norris.
Charlie Norris, here we go. Gee, I wonder how Charlie Norris ended up in the promotion with Mick Karsh. For those of you who don't know, Charlie Norris, longtime Minnesota indie guy, had a short run with WCW, but like Mick Karsh would play him up to Wade Keller because they're like Minnesota boys, and like he would get like really unproportionate to his amount of notoriety newsletter pub in the Torch, because he wrestled at shows like down the road from Wade Keller's house.
Another native Minnesotan, so you're putting down some real top talent there.
Yeah, he got a WCW run because he was the top guy at the indie, at the bar that ran down the road from where Wade Keller lived. Why are we cutting to white people doing that? I get it's 1996, but come on.
He gets better each time out, and this kid very serious.
Looks like this guy on a Ninja Warrior in Japan. When he was over there shopping for a wife. I know somebody who shopped for a wife over in Japan.
A great future in store for Charlie Norris.
I know a few people who have Mick Karsh on Facebook. Seems like a nice guy.
Leg and hip strength there by Chad, and good strength in that lying mode, saying the tights were pulled.
I think the story behind Charlie Norris' settlement from WCW was, or his lawsuit, was like there were people in the company that were like, you should have gone after them for more. Like it was like it was like 50 grand, I think.
And he's only a kid. He's like 26 years old. That's correct. Oh, big shoulder jack. And Miller hits.
Like here's the thing, like if you watch Charlie Norris,
he blocks the hip lock.
he wears the indigenous garb, the garb of his tribe, you know, the headdress and such. And he has the aesthetic, but he doesn't do all of like the stereotype stuff that a lot of guys would do.
Which one? Charlie Norris, come on.
Okay, Herbert Hodis, the hardcore, yes. Thank you, Brenticus.
Collared elbow once again. They hook up and Norris into the side headlock. Charlie has already held regional championships around the United States. Certainly he would love to climb to the top of the ladder here in the American Wrestling Federation. No, I think he'd like to stay at the bottom of the ladder like I am sitting here with you.
There appear to be people in the crowd side-eyeing the people that are doing the chanting, which is very funny.
And he's come a long way, but he's still got a long way to go. And this is how you get there. Winning matches, taking on guys, and he hasn't even won this match yet. He's
Hey, Raleigh on YouTube. Tony Atlas seems like he's just a trip in general. Like just a real strange guy. Who happens to be a great artist, by the way. I've seen him draw before. Excellent artist. Why is this guy getting in so much offense on the guy you're pushing? Also, Charlie Norris is gigantic, if you cannot tell. He's like 6'6", 6'7".
Picks him up. Oh, drilled him. Side slam. That's 290 pounds falling on top of you after that spin. Gives you some momentum. And look at Charlie. He's all fired up. There's that big shot right across the head. He tried to hold him up, and the kid was falling.
Now, the side slam was dope. Big pump kick. One of the few ways you can tell he's like a real big guy is when he does that pump kick. And he can do it from like the middle of the ring and touch the guy on the ropes. I love... Oh, jeez. Oh, the ankles... Oh. Okay, that was a good abdominal stretch. Good job, Charlie Norris. The Babyface song. Again, I'm just glad they didn't record like something like like some racist custom song for him. He just gets to be one of the guys that comes out to the same babyface song as everybody else. I appreciate it.
That's that hip lock we're talking about. See the way he crooks that arm? Doesn't even use his hip. That's a pure...
Yeah, Nyla Rule. She came to speak at my son's school a couple years ago about her heritage. She's really proud of it. It's really awesome. She's a sweetheart.
Great move by Charlie Norris. Follows it up with the straight.
And ladies and gentlemen, here's a man I don't envy. Ken Resnick standing by with nails.
Ladies and gentlemen, very honestly,
Again, for these guys that are suspended, why are they all over this damn show?
Man, no one has been able to control. I don't know where you're getting your money from, Nails, but your fines are well into the thousands of dollars.
Let me tell you something, little man.
I love listening to Nails promos where he does not have the voice modulator.
Sure, I got enough cold cash stashed to get back in the ring and take care of that bump, Tony Atlas.
I've got enough cold cash
stashed. You may be one of the strongest men in the world, but you've never been in a real fight. You don't know what it's like.
That's right. All these wrestling matches are fixed.
With nightsticks beating you from head to toe, Tony Atlas.
He sold crack to pay the fine. He sold crack to Chris Adams.
When you get in a ring with me, I'm gonna put you in a prison yard fight, and then I'm gonna put you in a bag, and they're gonna carry you out.
Gonna kill him.
Let's get back to ringside. Whew.
They're gonna have a real fight, not one of these predetermined wrestling matches. Yeah, now's this from Minnesota. Oh, it's the Bounty Hunter again. Of all the people to get another match. This time he's just got a straight up like Harley Davidson shirt on. It's babyface.
That is a scary dude.
Yeah, scary dude who talks like this. Why I wanna get you, Tony Atlas. The Z-Man. I love Mick Cart, just like another guy from Minnesota, just like me. Look at that mullet on Tom Zenk. Like, if I didn't know that was his real hair, I would absolutely dispute that that's his real hair. Great callback, Brian. He stole that Harley shirt off of the Horny Man of Sturgis, and that's why the Horny Man of Sturgis did not have a shirt on. Tom Zenk taking a break from calling up Dave Meltzer to make homophobic remarks about Ole Anderson and Jim Barnett.
Tom Zenk was Mr. Minnesota in the mid-1980s. I knew that.
Tom Zenk had a great body in the mid-80s. I mean, he looks great here, just you probably shouldn't word it like that, Harry. It should be spelled Z-E-N-K. I don't know why they spelled it Z-I-N-K. That's his real name.
Extremely popular with the ladies. Good looking. Tom Zenk always gives 150% in that ring. You said popular.
I love that they used everybody that was popular in like the late 80s, early 90s. So now all the baby faces just look like aging, sad strippers.
If he's a good wrestler, it's because of his strength.
Zenk. And then somebody comes out so they can put it under their tongue to see if they have low zinc.
American Wrestling Federation, I might add.
Do you know what digital means? It's just like, no, shut up. It's like a movie. We have movie technology here.
We have movie technology here, McCarch. It's digital.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Zenk. Oh, wait a second. On the Bounty Hunter.
People matter.
Well, certainly, I don't understand why that would make a difference. He apparently hasn't combed it in a week or two.
Look at the body on Tom Zenk. Always in great condition. And I think as more and more great chain wrestling moves, more people find out the better shape you're in, the better you're going to be able to do anything.
Z-Man of that puppet Willie Hangmen.
We know, Terry, you and I both know Tom Zenk, the Z-Man, has wrestled all over the United States. He's been a tremendous success wherever he's appeared. And as soon as the American Wrestling Federation...
Like, I imagine Bounty Hunter has a tape at home that he shows his kids. Like, every time they come over with, like, his matches from here. His NWO Saturday Night match.
Yeah, you see that single leg. It goes back
and he just mumbles to himself.
The big man's not real steady.
Man, if they would have just let me do something, I'd be Stone Cold Steve Austin right now.
In the late 60s, a devastating move, but he didn't stay on the toe as much as the ankle.
Well, you know, Tom Zenk, as I'm thinking about it right now, very, very good friends and a former tag team partner with another great talent here in the American Wrestling Federation, and Johnny Gunn. Would there be
Weren't they literally just partners like
if they were a tag team?
2 episodes ago?
Would there be enough women to go around? I don't know, but if there was, I'd like to just hang around to get the leftovers. There's a full Nelson now. That is almost a lost art in professional wrestling.
Bounty Hunter's X-Men has the tape and a file cabinet marked evidence. That's what they based his child support amount off of.
Hard to get away from. Well, see, now that was
a heel move. That's a dick move, Tom Zenk.
Frustration, perhaps, on the part of the Z-Man. You know, the Bounty Hunter is not the cleanest, most scientific wrestler in the world, and I'm sure that Zenk is just fighting fire with fire right now. So
Tom Zenk looking like he's kind of struggling to get this guy over in these headlock takeovers. Ooh, Tom Zenk shooting. Got a shitty knee bar.
Submission. You pull back, push the toe down in your armpit, and pull up on that Achilles tendon. That had Dan Marino out for all of the 1993 season. Oh, and clearly the Bounty Hunter is in agony right now. The referee asking him if he wants to.
Oh yeah, he definitely doesn't have custody. Yeah, Bounty Hunter did not have custody of his kids. He's a grandpa now.
He didn't give up, so Z-Man got out of it. You got to reach over Z-Man's.
He sees the grandkids once a year, Thanksgiving or Christmas. They have to like split who goes where. Mom and dad. Kids just want to watch the Macy's Day Parade. He's like, no, you have to see where Scott Hall messed up my career forever. Bounty Hunter getting a lot in on Tom Zenk here, getting to go a second round.
We can't back up. We got to hear this Warriors corner.
Kids reborn spittoon.
I'm on my way to the American Wrestling Federation. The man from Havana, Cuba.
This is a hostage video, it looks like.
Wrestling Federation.
Like, he has the enthusiasm of somebody being held at gunpoint. I know where the Bounty Hunter was on January 6th.
I wonder how many people are really behind this man. This is a diabolical individual. Well, you always got to have pride in your country, but you don't always have to have pride in all your countrymen. Absolutely. There's a good look.
Tom Zenk looks scared to touch him. No, don't make me.
Hit those ribs. He's trying to get a breath. Very hard to be a competitor when there's no gas in the tank.
Reminds me of that joke from when Carson went on Letterman and he wore the little red button. Yeah, it's for hepatitis. I'm a carrying member. I imagine Bounty Hunter is as well.
What that guy did is all goes back to footwork. You can't take teeny tiny steps. You gotta take those big steps.
Even Terry Taylor's shitting on this guy's footwork like I was an hour ago. Yeah, that's true. Bob Orton is in this promotion. I'm sure the hep's going around. Oh, he laid it on his shoulder.
Is he gonna do the Z-Dog again?
The Z-Dog. I think Bounty Hunter was gassed before they rang the bell. Walked to the ring. Oh, jeez. A little stank on that. Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind Tom Zenk. Yeah, you're right, Spook. He immediately took a shower as soon as he could. Hit him with one of those, look at this. Boom! One of those low-key John Woo kicks. Knowing his fundamentals. No, he didn't. He picked the shoulder off the mat. You don't put that in the slow-motion replay. Yes! Also, he was sweaty a few minutes ago, and then he was completely dry.
The American Wrestling Federation, but yet again, put another victory in the column for Tom Zenk.
Thank you,
Tom,
sir.
good to see you again.
Good to see you. Good to be back.
Tom, let me ask
He's
you.
way sweatier there than he was when he wrestled.
Is awfully stiff. Anybody you've got to set your sights on so far?
Well, there's so many. Who do I pick from?
There's so many. Making fun of everybody there.
You've got Tito Santana, the champion. Sergeant Slaughter. On and on it goes. The fabulous Freebirds. I mean,
he's just listing the guys that shot promos before him because he doesn't know who actually works there.
Tom, I've had the opportunity to watch you talking to a number of the other wrestlers.
Yeah, I think cage matches listings for the AWF are way off.
Yes, I have. This last
I've
match
looked.
I had, went a couple of rounds. You know, it's like a chess game. You always have
Fabulous
to think ahead,
Reamers.
move by move.
I'm sure they were.
When you get the minute rest, you get to catch, you know, sometimes you get a bad shot like the last match I had. I got a shot to the ribs. I got to regroup, and then I came out like a ball of fire.
What exactly does a ball
A little bit of an awkward cut there out of that promo. Probably said something offensive. Wait, who the fuck is that guy? Oh, he's a train conductor?
The team of Danny Boy Hawkins and Night Train Jackson.
Night Train Jackson rules. Night Train Jackson is the best. Danny Boy Hawkins
Don't you know anything?
And their opponents
absolutely thinks he's doing like a British Bulldogs thing.
Oh, please.
Yeah, motherfucker got a train whistle for this gimmick.
weight of 487 pounds.
That's Rico
the
himself.
team of Greg, the Hammer,
Oh shit, McGarsh.
and luscious Tommy Rich.
Look at that. Looks like
The Rico Suave is the best friend of Paul Alperstein. Yeah, Rico Suave, legit criminal. Went to jail after this. Got in some shady shit. The FBI had to get involved. I forget what I've been told before on another stream what exactly it was. But yeah, Rico Suave went to jail after this. And to think of everybody that we've seen on these shows, he is by far the one that looks most likely to go to jail. Tommy Rich, heel Tommy Rich. That's amazing, Lou Izzo. I once had a guy claim to be Rico Suave threaten me for calling him a mafia stooge. Well, he was. Tommy Rich is kind of is rocking the erotic Eric Fontaine tights and the robe, and even the mullets.
Going against Luscious Tommy Rich. I've seen Luscious before, and it sure didn't look like that.
I will give this to Tommy Rich. He's like one of the few guys that worked the AWF and just tried something completely new. And he has busted his ass here with Night Train Jackson. Why isn't Night Train Jackson wrestling in the get-up? He takes all that off and just wears green tights?
One of the great things about the American Wrestling Federation is a tremendous tag team competition.
Oh, he's Jimmy
Not to
Powers
mention the
here.
great fan support we've been getting.
These two guys in the ring right now, Greg the Hammer, Valentine, and Tommy Rich, you will be our opponents somewhere down the line.
Night Train's
But
good.
not next week, when we're going to tear up our opponents, watch it, we're going to be on fire.
Yeah, natural high five. I hit the computer.
They're talking about possibly climbing to the top of the ladder here, winning the championships. What championship? They don't have a tag
I think somebody brought it up the last time I streamed AWF. Like, this is the worst promotion for Greg Valentine to be in because he needs 20 minutes to warm up. You're stopping every 3 minutes. Hammer the Valentine Craig. Come on, Night Train.
And right into the middle of the ring, our
My favorite Bouncing Soul song.
Federation, the digitally produced American Wrestling Federation, I might add.
Hey, Rob S. Yes, that was Salvatore Sincere, aka Tom Brandy, that jobber Tom Brandy, aka Johnny Gunn, with Jim Powers, even though he was partners with Tom Zenk like 3 episodes ago.
But he's got Greg Valentine.
The tag teams just don't make sense here.
This kid's got ability.
I mean,
Terry, I've got to ask you, you've been in the
we
ring
brought
for
it
so
up
many
before.
years. Why would
Alperstein
Night
looks
Train
like
Jackson back up that
what's
way?
his
He
face?
had Greg Valentine
Or whose line
reeling,
is
and
it
he stopped
anyway?
getting his tracks.
I
Some guys
mean,
set
tag teams
traps.
are made up; they don't
He might have
matter.
thought
What's the
Valentine
point?
had set a trap for him, was playing a little possum, and there's your favorite manager.
Night Train is good. That tracks. I get it. Sean drops tracks. Night Train in first place with fortified wine. Also, other dude has not gotten in the ring. There we go. Danny Boy. Danny Boy Walker. Danny Boy Collins. Danny Boy Collins was a British guy. This is absolutely Wish late 80s, early 90s WWF. That is a good point, Raleigh.
Right into the area of the solar plexus. That's not anywhere near the sun. Terry, you know Greg Valentine very well.
Danny Boy looks like, if anybody's ever seen when Dynamite Kid did that retirement match in Michinoku Pro in '96, like that's what he looks like here.
He's got that acceleration.
Tag teams are recruited via the Lethal Lottery, yes.
And again, of course,
When WCW stopped doing it for a couple years, the AWF just like, let's base the whole promotion around it. Like Tommy Rich and Greg Valentine.
We got about 30 seconds left in round number 1.
And again, another set of enhancement guys getting to go to the second round. As we're just sitting in a chin lock because Tommy Rich doesn't want to call a spot that's going to be ruined by a round break.
Well, certainly they have tasted the glory before. They want to do it again.
Dude, the bottom of Danny Boy's boots, if he lifts them up again, are disgusting. They're so dirty.
Danny Boy with Rich with a yank of the hair, even that one up. And that is the end of the round. Come on, Rich. See up the hole. Wait a minute, Mick. I got to say this. He knew the bell rang.
Chikara is one of the few places that can pull off the Lethal Lottery because they had consistent characters on every show. A lot of indies couldn't do that just because there was like whoever was available. Whereas Chikara's the same guys every show and defined heels and faces and feuds. Chikara could have pulled it off.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the second round American Wrestling Federation Tag Team action. The team of luscious Tommy Rich and Greg the Hammer Valentine with Rico Suave.
Yeah, Quack filmed one. I forget what year it was. They were trying to get on I think it was G4.
Have you noticed that at the end of round 1?
Yeah, Danny Boy Collins is not Danny Boy Walker. I don't know what that Danny Boy. If you look at the bottom of his boots, like it looks like he walked in dog shit on the way to the ring.
Well, of course it's a stew point, and keep that, my friend, stuff to yourself. I don't need that kind of heat. Sorry.
Like Valentine, clean boots, luscious Tommy Rich. Yes, luscious Tommy Rich. Great name for him. You know, looks like he cleaned those boots. Danny Boy.
That'll take the wind out of you. Yeah, after exhaustive research, I found out he calls that move the windbreaker.
Hey Rob, God, an AWF game would have been awesome.
Stretching those hamstrings.
Yeah, Rico Suave, the real money behind this promotion.
Valentine, very proud of himself. Looked over at his manager, the bulbous Rico Suave. Bulbous?
All right, No Mercy, thank you so much. And I don't say it enough. Thank you for all the subs you both give through yourself and you donate. I appreciate it a lot. You are the sub master. Have a good night, No Mercy. Danny Boy had to walk to the arena through the mud. Very random end of the match. Tommy's like, fuck it. Nobody's watching us anyway. Nobody's paying attention.
He's antagonizing the man who has already been defeated. A little humiliation factor there.
The referee appears to be Rico Suave's son, who we only got to see on the weekends, making it up to him by giving him a rough gig in the AWF.
Victorious here in the American Wrestling
Boots are dirty because he's out back smoking before the match, says Raleigh.
Hey, Night Train Jackson stole
Night Train Jackson ruled.
he was in it the whole time. What a punch to the forehead. And watch the way
Yeah, the AWF enhancement guys really had the best names. And quite frankly, had way cooler names than the stars.
Which his father made famous, Johnny Valentine. And ladies and gentlemen,
there we go. Rico Suave holding up his boys' hands.
Those are your winners. Rico Suave.
Sure, they went out to dinner later. Rico covered the bill.
And a very intense, luscious Tommy Rich.
Wait, who was that?
There's another look at the victorious.
Just a random lady walking by ringside. That's a good point, Van Edwards. Buddy Landell really should have been in the AWF. I haven't. He's like in that group of guys that would have been here.
Champion Tito Santana.
Wild.
Number of weeks, but still has a nice sound to it.
It sure does.
Now, Tito, you've been all around the world, but before we talk about that, a lot of challengers right here in this country gunning for this championship.
Tito looks like he has not showered since the last show.
Greg the Hammer Valentine.
That's exactly right. You know, Ken, there's a lot of wrestlers that didn't get picked, but they're coming in, they're lining up. You got Fidel Sierra, you got Conan, you got Steve Casey, you've got
Conan,
and the list just keeps on going.
By the way, that's not Conan from Mexico. That's Scott Putski.
but I'm ready.
Tito, you've already proved to be a very active champion.
Yeah, it's the who's who of who's
Europe
that.
and Japan. I've been curious, how have the fans overseas reacted to the American Wrestling Federation?
Well, there's no doubt in my mind and anybody else's mind. They love the
That
American
they hated
Wrestling
it.
Federation. 21st
It'd be so
century
funny.
innovation.
He's like,
They
yeah, the
love
fans
the
overseas, they don't
system.
know what we're doing here. They don't get the TV. I don't know.
Arriba!
For Ken Resnick, Chris E.
All
and
right.
Terry Taylor, this is Mick Karsh. So long, everybody.
Before we get into the last episode, here's what we'll be watching Tuesday on W.
Because in the Texas Tornado match, you can't make the 10 count. What happened? You lose. I hear you that.
All right, so that will be what we watch on Tuesday, 2 days from now, on WCW Deep Cuts Live. Here is our last episode of the AWF for tonight.
Should be the American Wrestling Federation.
Yes. Telling you, I need to DM Conrad and be like, hey dude, you need to bring the Warriors of Wrestling band into the Starcast. So yeah, we'll go a little bit past the top of the hour, a little bit past 10 o'clock, but a little over on Never Killed Anybody, except for Tony Khan apparently on Wednesday. I love how one of the highlights of the AWF is just kids booing.
Hello, everybody. I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Ken Resnick.
And this is
Hello, everyone. I am Chris E, and this is the AWF Warriors of Wrestling.
Johnny Gunn and Jim Powers.
I know she get a little excited when they're around the ring.
Well, I think you've got me confused with the fans.
Yeah, Chrissy's only worn one outfit the whole
Jeff Gaylord, the Warlord,
series.
the Samoans SST in action.
Hey, Drugs, welcome.
So let's get started. Let's go
Time to
ringside
watch
with
an
Mick
AI
Karsh and
woman
Terry
host a
Taylor.
wrestling show.
Well, thank you very much, Chris E. and Ken Resnick, and hello, everybody, Mick Karsh and Terry Taylor. What a
Oh,
great
it's
week
Sonny
we've got.
Rogers.
They're all great.
132 pounds, the team of Bobby Bradley and Sonny
Bobby Bradley, Sonny Rogers.
Well, this tag
Sonny
team of
Rogers,
Rogers and Bradley, ladies and gentlemen, very, very
Chicago
talented.
indie wrestling
However,
legend.
What a combination they're going to be facing in just a few moments.
Long
yeah,
time
I really
enhancement
like this Bobby
for
Bradley kid. He's
the
got
big
talent.
companies.
at a combined weight of 587
Hey, Lawrence, hello.
The team of Jeff
The Samoan SST, the Samoan SWAT Team. Sonny Rogers did a parrot head gimmick. That was his gimmick.
Nuclear warfare, ladies and gentlemen, in the
It's
tag
the
team
Lords.
combination of the Warlord.
I'll have to ask Marty. I know Marty, our pal Marty DeRosa, he went to like AWF house shows. I'll have to ask him if he's at this table. Because I'm pretty sure we figured out this is at Cicero Stadium in Chicago.
Two monsters. I didn't get the combined weight here, but it's got
I'm with you, Van Edwards. I will watch bad train wreck weird wrestling 10 out of 10 times over boring Monday Night Raw.
Good calculation, my friend. Bobby
The
Bradley,
Lords.
Sonny Rogers together weigh 430
Caught
pounds.
Mick Karch calling this nuclear warfare because, you
Bobby
know,
Bradley, you like him. Sonny
these men
Rogers, a very,
piss
very
chemicals.
talented young man. But for heaven's sakes, look at what they have to deal with right now. The Warlord, a monster
Jeff
of a
Gaylord
man.
was one of my
Those
favorites when I
arms
was
are
little.
Absolutely extraordinary. Jeff Gaylord,
Like
not
I would
that
watch,
far behind. This is a very, very
I'd
devastating
watch them on
team.
ESPN and like the
you said
USWA
is
stuff that aired
Now,
on there.
Warlord goes out there with paint on his face.
Thought he was so cool.
Gaylord was a former great football player. He's a great
I was convinced when I was like 5 years old that he was going to come to the WWF and like beat the shit out of Bret Hart.
by 15 pounds, and I'd put him up against anybody. Well, good looking.
Jeff Gaylord is, yeah, Jeff Gaylord was gigantic.
But the bottom line is, you cannot
Like the fact that he didn't get a run
wrestler is going to be.
in the WWF tells you how big of a fuck up he is. Looking like that.
Rogers getting the crowd all worked up here.
Jeff Gaylord, one of my favorite episodes of Crime in Sports.
system.
was about him.
Rounds. If there is no conclusive winner, the referee.
Story about how he got arrested naked, painted from head to toe green, stripping in college. It was a classic.
This is not an effective.
Yeah, Scuffle and Hillbilly. I think you and I are on the same brainwave. Yeah, Jeff Gaylord was fucking crazy. He was a gimmick guy. He was a weirdo.
Smart move. His back's hurt. He gets out. If it was me wrestling against somebody that bigger than me like Gaylord, I'd be working on an ankle or a wrist. I wouldn't be going chest to chest with him.
Well, let's see what Bobby Bradley can do.
The closest he got to the WWF was he was one of the masked knights at Survivor Series 93, and then he did a few house shows as a masked knight. Now, Jeff Gaylord and Nick Gage as bank robber tag team. Like that's like straight out of like 1993 WWF. Like give him like little like Repo Man masks. Sonny Rogers is so excited to be in the corner, just jumping up and down.
And everything that they're doing is a percussion blow. It cuts the wind and it makes a smaller
percussion blow,
and slower,
as opposed to an acoustic blow. You'd think it's kind of like Nick Gage with not wearing the mask when he robs the bank. You'd think he would paint himself green while he wrestled. It'd be a very marketable gimmick.
He's light on his feet while the Warlord
probably would end up getting himself a match with Hulk Hogan to see who's the real Hulk. Oh God, he caught him weird. Look at that. Give him a little bit of something. Bobby Bradley absolutely thought he was going to do an arm drag. And Jeff Gaylord's like, nope, I will not bump for you, little pudgy man. Oh, jeez. Hit him right in the face.
Gary the Rock Gronke stopped Sonny Rogers from attacking. Well, now here we go. Sonny's hitting a brick wall with his
Sonny Rogers, great tan, not a great
wrestler. There's the result.
One shot, even that real quickly.
Yeah, Bobby Bradley and RVD, Aerial Assault, I think their name was, in the NWF out in Vegas.
Look at the way he just feather pillowed him up to the shoulder.
He feather pillowed him. I don't think that's a phrase, Terry. I'm a big fan of the Warlord mixing his looks, wearing the Powers of Pain face paint with the WWF metal leather weirdo gimmick.
Each of these guys individually did very well, but at the end of that match, it was a power slam.
Love the one guy that's like, I need to take a picture, and ooh, look at that, bring this WWF figure. And like, nope. I'm sure that kid really had that figure and was like, oh shit, that guy's actually here? Yeah, Warlord, for those of you who don't know, got hit by like an ice cream truck. And he didn't move. But he sued them and got a bunch of money. Also, Warlord, at one time, was 50 Cent's bodyguard.
Bobby Bradley trying to get a point of leverage, never got it. That knocks the wind out of him. And right here you see the
pizza truck.
Back on his head and shoulders.
It was a truck that was carrying food. Chrissy, I believe, now works as Chat GPT full time from home.
Incredible, a tremendous victory right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's send it to Chrissy with Gentleman Chris Adams.
I'm here with Gentleman Chris Adams. Chris, Jeff Gaylord and the Warlord.
Chris.
Quite a powerful tag team. And speaking
Jeff
of tag
Gaylord.
teams, I caught you and Too Cold Scorpio last week wrestling as the
He was just feuding with Steve Casey.
Tell me, is this something that we can look forward to?
Well, you know what, Chrissy, I really, really think it is. I didn't know much about Too Cold Scorpio before I tag team up with him, but we just seemed to click like that. It was
just
like
admitting
salt and pepper.
this shit's
it was
random.
Fantastic. And you know, Too Cold Scorpio, you can be my.
I did hear about Darby getting hit by that
but
bus in New
Not only do I
York.
want to go
It's
into
crazy.
tag teams, of course, I'm into the single action too. And Tito Santana, although you're a great friend of mine, I still want a championship bout with you. And this other guy, or this other chap, should I say, from England. The ambassador.
Okay, at least we're acknowledging
Casey,
that
the ambassador
we're doing
of what?
another feud.
I'd like to know. I'll be looking out for you, Casey.
Thanks, Chris. Truly a gentleman. We'll
What
be
an
right back.
asshole. Thanks, Chris.
I'm standing
Truly a
with Cowboy
gentleman.
Bob Orton, and Cowboy Bob Orton, you've been asking where Tito Santana is. Well, Tito is back in North America, and I might add, successfully having defended the American Wrestling Federation
Yeah,
Championship
Chris Adams,
all
piece
over
of
the world.
shit.
Boy, you just love
Bob Orton Jr. got all of the clothes that he is wearing from some guy at a flea market.
Santana, who's a father and a lover of his wife, will travel halfway around the world to meet his opponents.
And that's a very fair judgment, Van Edwards. I appreciate that. I like that a lot better than some of the folks online that are like, I don't like AEW, so I'm going to say a bunch of inflammatory things. If it's not your style, it's not your style, man. And that's cool. That's a great way of putting it. I enjoy AEW. I also see why some wouldn't. So.
And he has reason to be afraid of me too, Daddy. I demand a title match, Santana.
I demand a title match, Santana.
Here's Cowboy Bob Orton. Back to ringside.
I'd love to hear Randy talk about like the weekends when Cowboy Bob would go to the AWF tapings. And like Randy would trash the house, having parties in high school.
Terry Allen.
That's not Magnum TA.
I used to have a friend named Terry Allen. It was a great star in this sport. Career ended with a car wreck. Maybe this kid will continue the legacy.
It was a bike wreck, wasn't it, Terry?
And his opponent from Kensington, London, England.
Oh, it's this guy again.
265 pounds. He is the ambassador, Steve Casey.
Reminds me of another Chicago area legend, Eric Priest. His nickname, one of his many nicknames, was the Ambassador of Kick Your Assider.
Arrogant, cocky, conceited, call him what you will, but this man
I love
is a
how
winner.
Mick Carter's laying down all these adjectives to describe Steve Casey. While Steve Casey's just bored as shit walking out of the ring.
We saw last week them make eye contact. We don't know what's going to happen. But if you want to see something,
Yeah, I'm with you, Van. That's why I do the streams every Tuesday on Twitch, because the old WCW is my bag. Maybe he was driving. I always thought he was driving a motorcycle, but maybe it was a Porsche.
Another word, what I'm saying, you're looking at the SST. We are the baddest team in the world.
The Magnum was the Porsche, Kerry Von Erich was the motorcycle. Way too many messed up wrestlers. Again, with the fucking cookie sheet.
Well, I don't know how many garbage can covers and other assorted pieces
Way too many
of
messed
metal
up mullet
we're gonna have
wrestlers
destroyed
in
by
the 80s
SST,
getting
and
into
that's just
accidents.
to themselves, for heaven's sakes, Terry.
Better garbage cans than wrestlers here in the American Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, this does kind of look like a 94, like Monday Night Raw at one of those high schools they ran. He tried something there. Got to it eventually. By the way, hello to Madison Carter. Didn't acknowledge you a second ago. Sorry about that.
Ambassador Stephen Casey, the technique, and again, not a lot of speed here, just finesse.
Terry Allen. Okay, what? All right, got him there somehow. That's what every move in this match has been so far. It starts out not looking good, and then it ends up kind of looking right by the end.
He was there, he might have got the man off him, and that's why
Steve
it was
Casey's
called
like,
very
fuck
close.
you.
What an upset that
Stay
would be.
back.
Oh, it would have been a tremendous upset indeed. Shot heard around the world.
Look at this.
Like, Steve Casey is trying cool things,
This guy's 6'5",
but he's bored and he's way too... Oh, shit! That was gnarly. He's bored and he's like way too gangly. Micro TA.
Well, you know something? He has done that since he arrived here in the United
Oh, he's gonna go
States.
for his fall away slam, as they called it earlier. No, he's not. He's... Oh, shit.
Did you see Terry Allen's head snap back? I thought he was going to get him in that running
Alfonso's like,
backwards
dude,
fall-away
let's rope.
slam. He did not. And maybe this kid Terry Allen was trying to defend it. He used those ropes as an ally. They're either going to be your enemy or your ally. When Casey
Like,
used
Steve
them.
Casey kind of looks like if Lou Ferrigno got off of everything he was on. Oh, shit, that looked awful.
Hit his shoulder, spear his opponent.
Hey, Luke. Yeah, I can see that. It looked a bit like a twister, but then he went for a pin out of it. Right, because he didn't know what he had.
Stephen Casey comes out on top. Yeah, you say nothing fancy. It's the small idiosyncrasies that make a guy like Casey so good.
Ah, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Every follower I appreciate. It blows my mind to have more than like 10, let alone almost 50. That's crazy. But thank you so much, man. Appreciate the kind words, and I'm glad to have you here with us.
Now watch where his feet are, and watch the head. Bang! It snaps as the shoulder.
Watch his own head.
Into Terry Allen's chest.
They both got a concussion off of that. Look at the little tuft of hair between his pecs. Only enhancing the definition of his cleavage.
Ambassador. You know, sir, it just occurred to me that the round style here in the American Wrestling Federation must be right up your alley.
Chip and taker.
My dear man, what is an alley?
You know, between streets and alley, kind of, you know, the houses between up.
You see, this is the kind of thing I've been telling you people. You've taken our
He's
language
British.
and torn it apart. You've made a mockery of our language. You heathens, you should be speaking Comanche or Arapaho. We should never have given you our language.
He has one line, and he's going to use it in every promo.
This is my territory. When that bell goes for the end of the first round, I've won.
They have alleys in. That's a good point, Drugs. They do have alleys in England.
So speaking of between
that was a
rounds,
weird
sir,
thing to
last
be
week
confused
you came out
about.
to watch your fellow countryman, gentleman Chris Adams, and his partner, Too Cold Scorpio, in action.
Excuse me, I was watching them.
Yes, you came out to watch the match.
No, don't you mean they were watching me? What am I going to learn off Americans
We're watching
and an
you
Englishman
standing
that's
there.
a traitor?
All right, we have confirmation
Let's
from
go back
Luke
to
in the
ringside.
Twitch chat. Yes, they do have alleys in England.
Well, that man has some serious problems with Americans, with gentleman Chris Adams, with half the planet.
Introducing first at a combined weight of
Gunn and Marcos here, it looks
435
like.
pounds. The team of Tony Ramone and Rick.
Oh, Tony Ramone. Why is he wearing the Bounty Hunter shirt? You know, the Ramones, those guys that were really into Harley Davidson.
Quit trying to be funny. These guys are the American Wrestling Federation.
Some indie booker was like, "Oh, you have long hair. I don't know. What's that band? The Ramones."
All right, now relax. We don't want any jealousy. We don't want you to
Jimmy Powers, you're looking good, Jim. Along with Jobber Tom Brady. Here we go. They're gonna have sex with Tom Brady here. Ramone's singing organization. Yes. Wait, they're jumping in the ring? I love how the women jumped in the ring because they didn't know which one was Johnny Gunn. That was awesome. Like they were gonna jump on, was it Ricky Ramone or whatever his name? Tony Ramone. Here come the security. He did just look like fans out of the crowd. Come on, ladies. Don't touch them inappropriately, you really. That one gal, it's like, yep, I'm done. Why do they keep cutting to tight shots of the women looking like they're like, oh, I'm done. Pay me my $200. Go home. That's a good point, Brian. They're all wearing white shirts. That way the security would know which girls they needed to kick out of the ring. Poor Jim Powers. Like, what does that say about Jim? What does that say about what they think about Jim Powers?
Did you see how ugly those girls were?
take those glasses and clean them off a little bit, pal.
If I do that, I'll get a good look at Tony Ramone.
Well, he does have a set of. Oh, but there she is.
At least that one's like really into being on TV and like into the act. The rest of them are like, oh, fuck. Wrestle.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Too Cold Scorpio in the house. That's right, y'all. I'm stepping. That's right, stepping to the front. That's right. First of all, I'd like to take time out to thank all the fans for your wonderful support last week. I had a chance of a lifetime to tag up with a man, gentleman Chris Adams. As everybody know, we came
Snorted me out of the room.
With the super kick, and I came off the top with the distance don't miss for the 3 count. But the bottom line is, they got a president here that sticks by his word, and I like that. And the bottom line is I'm here to kick butt. Showtime.
Again, he couldn't remember the Money Mark's name, but he made sure to randomly say something about him during his promo. Scorp said that's right 6 times. That's because they probably just like threw him in that room and said talk for him, right?
And Rocket, and probably anybody else whose last name starts with an R.
Yeah, well, too bad it wasn't Resnick. He still got the lipstick on his face.
Hey, Ramone and Rick Red Rocket getting their butts kicked.
See, Teeth, I told you.
Oh, you know,
Alright, we got 2 ladies that are gonna pretend like they know, like they're into the action.
Over the top and into the ring once again. Ramone, I'm not sure that is.
And the other ones that were paid to be there just kind of
coming in over the top.
down.
And Jimmy Powers continues working on the arm.
We have not had a chance to see Ricky Rocket yet, other than getting smashed by Johnny Gunn. Great wrestling here. We've had some good tags in and out.
You know, you get a little bit of everything here in the American Wrestling Federation. This is
okay, so we watch those milk commercials all the time during WCW Plus Live. Tony Ramone looks like the little boy version, and Jim Powers is the one in the mirror that's like, dude, someday you're gonna get so much pussy. What the fuck was that? And that is very funny, the certain outcomes. One guy's hot, the other guy, weirdo. Hey, Mastiel, what's up? Just in time to watch women be paid to be really into Tom Brady.
Any kind of martial arts tells you to use your knees and your elbows. And right there, Jimmy Powers used that knee.
I don't think Jim Powers is bagging anyone at the bar.
If you don't, you know, it's like in basketball. You
Thank
can't
you,
score if you don't
Jonathan.
shoot. Of course, I'm not in there, and I don't know how tired Ramone is.
That's a weird, just grab him by the middle of the singlet. Yeah, Jim Powers could be married.
And Ramone has got to try to make the tag, but instead it's Jimmy Powers who tags to Johnny Gunn.
Hey, NWA TNA Man 22, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Take your feet back, have some fun in the chat. That would be so funny. A tag team split. They're just having so much sex. Why don't I get to have sex?
I'm not sure if Ramone and Rocket have ever teamed up before as we go down to the last half minute of this one, but certainly there's no continuity there.
And another enhancement match getting to go to the second round. Here we go, Rick Rocket came into the ring with all the fire of a bucket of water.
But you can't tell. I found out a long time ago when I started.
Great tan on
left in this first round.
Johnny Gunn.
You can't tell what a guy's got by the way he moves,
This guy's
but you can by the
horrible.
way he moves. And this kid doesn't.
Oh, on his butt.
That's got to be it. But the referee's
Oh yeah, that's right. You have to count the pin, referee. Dickwad.
For the team of Rocket and Ramone, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen,
Rick Rocket's horrible. Tony Ramone is the talent of this team.
Stay with us. This is the American
Rick Rocket appeared to be scared to touch the ropes.
Ooh, yeah.
Stop it, Terry. Like, I'm serious. I'm gonna become like Chris Adams in the Dark Side of the Ring. My eyes are gonna turn red if Terry Taylor does that bullshit one more time.
Ladies and gentlemen, back we are. Tag team action.
Did you notice?
At least Kelly like tried. This guy seems to genuinely be horrified.
I'm sure he's not a native Lahamian, I'll tell you that. Double elbow.
He runs the ropes. We've talked about sitcom wrestlers on here. He runs the ropes like the actors do in sitcoms, where they're like, "Oh shit, they're really throwing me around."
That couple of seconds, get that blood rushing to the head, and Rick Rocket, he's in trouble.
Look at the gun.
Terry Taylor is
on
Wish
Jimmy
Bruce
Powers. That's confusing.
in
Look
so
at the
many
arms on this
ways.
guy. He has never been thicker than I've seen him now, and he is well built, low center of gravity. And
I wish more
uses
wrestling
very well.
commentators would talk about how
Terry, you notice the
thick
team of
wrestlers are.
Powers and Gunn tagging off very, very rapidly, always keeping a fresh man in the ring. Uh-oh. Come here, Carson. Let me do this to you. Get your hands off me.
Drugs.
Come on.
Roma and Mario Mancini are very tight.
Flips him up and on his back.
They kind of organized a front during this whole Vince McMahon scandal. Like when Roma did that interview on News Nation, kept bringing up Mario Mancini, and they were like, he was connected through Mario Mancini to God, what's her name? Rita Chatterton.
What is he tiptoeing over to the corner? For heaven's sakes, go over there and make a tag, will ya?
Oh no, if I drink milk, I might look like you someday. Mario's a lawyer, that makes sense. AWF tag rope is on a milk curtain somewhere. Look at that thing, that is so long. Like, you could hold that rope in the third row. Oh, jeez. Oh.
Jimmy Powers right now really turning it on. Rocket made the mistake of trying to tip.
He said he's really turning me on. That would have been a very progressive gimmick if one of them got the men to jump the rail and the other one got the women. They were just cool with it. I don't think Jim Powers had a roid gut here. He definitely did in WCW. Like, he got so freaking big in WCW.
So say what you will. You know, everybody's in it until the
What is this? Heart attack? Oh! Tony Ramone looked like he just held on to Tom Brandi.
Well, he's just roped himself a steer. This one is up. Pardon me just a minute. Oh, this one is all over.
It's funny, the Jim Powers, the physique, his physique, if you will. Funny, there was this point in like '93 where after he started drug testing where he got really, really small. Like malnourished looking almost. Oh jeez, that was ridiculous. And then they fired him, but they brought him back for enhancement work like a year later. And he was like twice the size of everybody on the roster when he came back and he was unsigned because he wasn't being drug tested anymore.
Tag team, double elbow. They got Ricky Rocket in a bad way. And watch this athletic move.
This athletic move.
Leverage and an elbow, and there are your winners. Well, clearly,
I hope indie wrestling commentators should just start calling the Vader Bomb that athletic move.
Sorry, I'm distracted again.
Get out of the way, Carson. I gotta go peel those girls off him before they hurt him.
You stay right where you are. Johnny Gunn, ladies and gentlemen.
Watch your hands, boys.
This is that poor guy has to put up with this kind of abuse.
Look at the security guard not even trying to hide his creepiness.
I don't know. Let's toss
I think Del Welks was in All Japan when they were filming these shows.
All through the world of professional wrestling.
Jimmy Garvin
reuniting the Freebirds
with the I don't know what it is with the sunglasses. He ages him another 15 years.
He kind of just messes up the picture. I mean, everybody knows we're the greatest looking guys in the world. We're the greatest athletes that ever walked the face of the earth, and the American Wrestling Federation is never going to be the same.
Michael Hayes, if I may, the Freebirds have always done it their way, but you're
Michael P.S. Hayes and Kenny Powers.
Well, I think that's what makes the American Wrestling Federation stand on its own. Because you go and you wrestle for a period of time, then in our case, our opponents get 1 whole minute of rest to say, oh God, we're going to get the hell kicked out of us again. We have won more tag team titles than Hillary has told Bill Clinton what to do. From the tips of California to the shores of Maine.
Weird little
Nobody
joke.
forgets the Freebird name.
They are the fabulous Freebirds, and now
Jimmy Garvin looks
Chrissy standing by with
like Michael Hayes looks like 70s outdated.
I'm here with
Jimmy
the
Garvin
infamous
looks like he was like
Suave
an
and-
old greaser trying to relive his glory days.
Seems like you were a dime a dozen where I come from.
And the family, Greg the Hammer Valentine, and the luscious
Hurry up, I
Tommy
gotta launder
Rich.
some more money.
Rico,
Hey.
in the last few weeks, you've been very outspoken
You
about
know, you really
the...
want my phone number, don't you? I could tell.
Nah.
It's Dan Schneider.
But
I love how Greg Valentine has
you've
like a
been very
legit, really
outspoken the
good
last few weeks
robe.
about your wrestlers' tremendous abilities in the
And
ring. But
then
next week, they step
Tony-
into
or
that
not
ring
Tony,
with
Tommy Rich.
Mr. USA, Tony Atlas,
Whatever he
and
could get out
Coco
of the
Beware.
like
And
missing
that's likely to
materials
be a
at the seamstress's
different
So
office.
let me tell you something, Derek. You haven't been around too long, so let me educate you a little bit. Coco Beware, let me tell you something. Frankie looks better than you any day of the week.
Greg Valentine
As far
does have
as Tony Atlas,
silk,
last time
very
I saw Mr.
silky
USA,
hair.
he was shining shoes in the airport. The only reason why we took this
Who's
match
talking?
is
That's
because
Rico
Santana and
Suave.
Slaughter
That's
been
the
ducking
best
us.
friend of the
Not for
money
long,
guy
boys.
behind the AWF, Paul Alperstein.
I'm standing with my main man,
And
G.I.
a lot of
Joe,
people say he
America's
was
hero,
secretly the
Sergeant
real money guy
Slaughter.
because he's
Talk
like
about
a
being
mob
marked
dude
man.
in
You
real
gotta feel
life.
like you got a big target painted on your back. Now let's see if I can lay all this out.
I would not be
Now,
surprised if
Tommy
Chrissy was
Rich
Rico
says
Suave's
he's got
girlfriend.
score
That's a
to
good
settle with you
observation.
because he feels you cost him a shot at the American Wrestling Federation title. And of course, with luscious Tommy Rich, that automatically means you have to keep your eyes open for Greg the Hammer
Sergeant
Valentine.
Slaughter has
Rico Slaughter.
such dad
Then
energy.
you got this new Fidel Sierra, who
This
from
Fidel
Cuba,
Sierra,
for no apparent reason,
this
is gunning for you.
Cuban.
And, you and I, Sarge, go back a
How
long time.
dare
We've got a lot of
he
history between
be
us.
Cuban
And anytime
in
Sheik
America?
Adnan El Casey is around, you know he's gunning for you. And Sarge, you really haven't done anything to anybody.
Well, I'm not the one with a target on my back. Because when
I
Sergeant
love how
Slaughter
they, since
goes
they
after
didn't put the
somebody,
period
they're in
after
big
the
trouble.
sergeant abbreviation, it just looks like his name is
Tommy Rich, you scum, you slime, you maggot. You tried to steal something.
You really
that
need to
belonged
pronounce the
to you.
M in maggot a little
I
harder,
got one
Sarge.
thing to say to you,
That didn't
Lucky
sound so much
Tommy
like
Rich.
maggot that
If
time.
you want a piece of Sergeant Slaughter, I gave you the opportunity a few weeks ago, and you let your manager hold you back. Can you imagine luscious Tommy Rich letting a little fat guy like that holding him back to getting in the ring with Sergeant Slaughter? I don't think so. And you, Fidel Sierra, from Cuba, you want some of me? I'm not hard to find. And Sheik Adnan El Casey.
That's right. It's not hard to find the 6'2" guy with the mustache and the weird hat.
Well, I'll tell you what, Terry
Bob
Taylor,
Slaughter.
you line him up and Sarge is going to knock him down. It's that simple.
Oh, this guy's great.
Weighing 213 pounds,
Firefighter Jim. Who appears to be 12 years old.
17 years old?
That's the second time Terry Taylor and I have used the same line. I don't like my brain anymore.
manager, Sheik Adnan El Casey. And he represents
Sheik Adnan Al Casey. He's foreign. Ugh. Yeah, all caps Jim like he's a heel, like Taka Michinoku in Japan. Yeah.
Made in hell, ladies and gentlemen, as far as I'm concerned.
Fidel Sierra in all caps.
And Fidel Sierra, who has made it very, very clear.
You know that long-running feud between firefighters and Cubans?
Is to take out Sergeant Slaughter. Well, he's armed himself with a very impressive athlete.
I also knew a few kids that went with firefighter Jim in school.
Yeah, here he's calling everybody out. See, right there talking to Slaughter. All right, yeah, well, we've heard enough of this anti-American sentiment from this individual. Comes into the ring,
Have we?
he's proud of his country.
We saw that one promo and he didn't say anything. Too bad, I didn't think. Yeah, the Cuban firefighters are like, you don't know who to cheer in this one.
Here's another story. Yeah, it's always good to be patriotic, but you don't have to like everybody from every country. This guy, I'm not sure people from Cuba exactly like this guy. Well, I'm not sure firefighter Jim or Chip or Louie or whatever, for heaven's sakes.
They didn't. Mick Karch didn't even pay attention to the Chiron. I'm allowed to do that because I'm just watching this on a computer 30 years later. You're the commentator. You should absolutely know who the wrestler is.
What about you? I most certainly do. As the chant goes up from this crowd, USA, USA, certainly grating on the Sheik.
God, Alperstein.
Yeah, well, what did you expect? This kid didn't
I
even
would
get a chance
both
to get that
believe that he
t-shirt
had a pay-per-view planned out, and also that he just told people he wanted to do a pay-per-view and had no plan for it. I would believe either
Look on
way.
this guy's face. Let's go to a Warriors corner with the champion, Tito Santana.
I've had successful title defenses in Mexico,
No, you
Europe,
haven't.
Japan,
Nope.
and I guarantee you, Bob Borton, I don't dodge anybody. The president of the American Wrestling Federation gives me the opponents. I am ready anytime, my man.
Like,
I am a
is
wrestling
Alperstein
champion,
giving
and I
out
do represent
bonuses
the American
for people
Wrestling
who mention him in promos as I burp into the microphone?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tito Santana, the champ, certainly means
Yes, Tito.
business.
That's right. Tito does have a
And
win over
firefighter
the
Jim,
Undertaker
I
in
do
Spain
believe, made a
on
wrong
YouTube.
turn coming into the ring this
Oh.
week. Oh, he is in trouble. That was an athletic move by a guy that doesn't look like an athlete. You can't always tell by looking. That Vasily Alexiev, the strongest man in the world, had that thick middle like that.
Oh, it's a sleeper. He's a bad guy.
Cheering him on. We've got a sleeper hold, Terry. No. He calls that the Castro clutch. Oh, you're right. And he
Get
has
it?
got
'Cause
it
he's
on
Cuban.
Firefighter Jim. Look, this kid's already done. He's out. He is out. Cuts the blood off of the brain. Listen.
Man, this guy's a maniac. And the referee's got him
He's a maniac. He's doing a wrestling hold in a wrestling match.
The referee's being distracted.
Yeah, who's the president of this company? I think they've mentioned it in every freaking promo. Paul Alperstein, man.
But wait a minute.
What a
The
guy.
run is still cut off. This kid's gonna have to be awoken.
And then they buried the child underneath the Cuban flag.
This kid's welfare. No excuse for this. This is dangerous,
man.
I've been in this sport 15 years.
Now every building in Chicago is going to just catch on fire. Burn to the ground. Rest in peace. You've been a real one.
Not even twitching, and you are absolutely right. Precious seconds.
See, he's talking to
Need to post a firefighter Jim highlight
less
video
blood and oxygen going to his brain.
on various social platforms to get those hits, because he's even, like, his lips are turning blue like he's
This is what he
dead.
should have done 2 minutes ago. A smack between the
they're-
shoulder blades gets the heart going again. And this kid, I hope he's going to
Oh,
be
they're
okay.
doing that thing from, like, the
This shows him a
70s where they would
serious danger,
convince
this
fans
man.
that you could die
You see
in the
him
sleeper.
get in, he's representing his country, has all the
Firefighter
colors
Jim
on
was
from
once in a battle
Cuba,
royal with Adam
under
Pearson.
the Cubans
Hardcore
and
Craig.
like
Okay,
this guy,
I've seen
maybe so,
Hardcore
I
Craig
don't know.
wrestle live.
Attacks
He was in
firefighter
a
Jim
team with
from
Corporal
behind,
Robinson
gets him going.
for a
Right
while,
there, you
like
see
in
the
NWA
lariat,
Midwest. And he was
almost like a reverse knife edge,
long
the way he
time
had his
Milwaukee
hand
indie
held.
guy
He
for
drops
Torment
his chin.
Despirito and Mid-American
Great
Wrestling.
athletic
I have
maneuver
seen
by a
Hardcore
big
Craig
man.
wrestle.
Look at this.
He is
Drops all
exactly
that weight,
what you
270
think a
pounds on the
Hardcore
back of the
Craig
head,
would.
And firefighter Jim is put out with a Castro clutch.
And no one to stop Chris Cruz now. They're in with the fire marshals.
And the entire United States of America.
I saw Hardcore Craig in 2006.
Let's toss it to Ken Resnick waiting for Sierra.
He had outgrown the name by that
If
point.
Fidel Sierra wasn't mean enough in the ring. Well, now wait a minute. Where did the
Fidel
sheet
Sierra
go? You were
somehow
down, he
randomly
was
been a
getting
famous
wet.
or-
It's none of your business where
Oh, he's
the
got a
chick's at.
cigar.
You
Get
know
it?
what? He's
Or
taking
those
care
are
of
sunglasses?
business. He got a call from Saddam Hussein, and even there, they're
He got
hearing
a
about
call
the
from Saddam
AWF
Hussein,
because that's the
calling him at
hottest
the
thing going
building
today.
to talk.
Well, now, does this mean that you have now joined the army of Sheikh Adnan El-Casey?
Well, I
Hey,
hate to tell you,
Sheik
but that
and
is
Al
also
Casey.
none of your
Saddam
business.
wants to talk.
Well, then let me ask
Wanna
you
take the
this.
call?
A couple of weeks back, I recall, while you were in action in the ring, one Sergeant Slaughter was taking a very interesting look at your action.
Now that is my business. Sergeant Slaughter, you're an American pig. You know, that's what I like. I like destroying American athletes. And Sergeant Slaughter, when you came out of that match... and
That 80s
stuck your
wrestler
nose
thing where you
in
do the
my
hand like
business,
this. I love
watching
it.
me, then I knew I have to destroy one American named Sergeant Slaughter.
It was either you or Sergeant Slaughter from Nebraska, and I'm picking you. Destroy one American named Sergeant Slaughter. Oh man, Don Diamond apparently got hurt. Couldn't wrestle this match. Pretty Boy Floyd and Hubert Simpson. Hubert Simpson just jumping tag partners like nobody's business.
These guys, no, that's Pretty Boy. Can't you tell by looking at him? These guys are
Seen some people die of boredom in the crowd.
horrible to look at.
631 pounds, the Samoan SWAT
Hell yeah, Samoan SWAT Team. One of my favorite teams of all time. They look sad to be there.
After the SST hits the ring, this is one of the most
Shit.
frightening
That's
tag team
who's making money.
combinations. They're impervious to pain. It's that simple.
That was a thing that he asked for. My tag partners all need to be balding, taller than me, and real thin.
Highway down the middle of their backs. And I just want to say right now,
Yeah, if we're talking about wrestlers being thick, what about Hubert?
it's gonna be ugly.
Yeah, it's not the quote unquote real SST, but I'll take it. Samu and Simone Savage. Yeah, it's in its 70s. Every heel in this show had the same entrance.
You know, I said they're impervious to pain. We've seen it in their own interviews. They're beating each other up with garbage can covers and not batting an eyelash.
They've got the hardest heads I've ever seen. I've been around the sport for 15 glorious years. I've seen guys come and go. When people say, well, they're big,
Now he's stealing
they're thick,
Zbyszko's
but they're not
lines.
fat. You slap them on the back, it's like...
All right,
hitting a
drugs. Have a
flying
good
boy.
night. Take her
The
easy.
bell rang, though. See, the bell rang first before they attacked.
Well, they didn't want that fine.
Listen. Oh, man, I want to do that to you so bad.
Well, I know you do. Just stay where you
Throw
are.
up the
Hubert
ones for
Simpson
the
is now
bloodline.
deposited unceremoniously
Pretty Boy Floyd's about to be killed.
Pretty Boy Floyd. Oh, heavens.
Oh.
Face first. Look at that tuft of hair blowing in the breeze as he went skyward.
Now, wait a second.
Pretty Boy Floyd's hair sticking out of the sides makes him look even more awesome.
There is a 110-pound difference in weight between him and his opponent. Now, you get that bulbous, nothing happening, Hubert in there. You know, you got some girth, but how much talent do you have? How much heart do you have? Look at this.
I love he jumped for the headbutt.
I think he said he gives up. See him not.
Like Popeye just gave him an uppercut.
He picks him up. Wait a minute. He's grabbed another remaining live hair follicle.
Come on, Nick Karsh. You don't look much better. Oh,
He tried to get away from that. He tried to twist away. His neck went away. It wasn't
Oh, boy.
to. You see Hubert over there? That's
Yeah, I could see a resemblance to Cheeseburger with Pretty Boy Floyd. Why did his own partner stick out his elbow? I'm on your guys' side now. I'm jumping teams.
That was in the ear. Do you see him cup that guy's ear? That's how you break an eardrum. No balance. And this guy's going to need every weapon he's got against this Samoan SWAT team.
Well, I believe Hubert Simpson is out on his feet already. Ran him into his own tag team partner's head.
Look at that boiler.
Oh,
my gosh, pull your tights up.
He's not in the position to
come
pull
on.
anything
Slapping
out.
him in the belly, slapping him in the face.
This is utter degradation. This is humiliation.
Guy has to stop and pull up his tights. I love that when somebody's supposed to be selling, but they need to pull up their tights. Break any sort of, train of thought.
I'm sorry, Pretty Boy Floyd.
I do not know why Samuel left the WWF, but it was very random.
Well, he's cheering his partner on, isn't he?
He's not talking.
He's saying, please beat Homer Simpson so I don't have to get back in there.
You shouldn't be standing over people crotch level and stick your tongue out. Oh shit, 911 DDT, that was dope.
No leverage, he used the tights.
This has been a night.
Yeah, they're not going to do the top rope splash here.
And me too to have to watch it. Oh, look at that combination. The Samoan SWAT Team, the SST.
The Lee brothers, home and up.
Oh.
The SST rule. Even SST half trying are still
These guys
awesome.
are like weapons. And we've seen the other Samoan dive off the top rope. He's got a tremendous leaping ability.
Covering his mouth.
Splash. That DDT planted Homer Simpson.
Oh, and again,
jeez.
You saw Pretty Boy Floyd standing on the apron, trying to shake the cobwebs loose.
Not anymore.
Oh, he got nailed once again. Take a look, Terry. You described this carnage.
What? The bell rings. You saw the referee give the sign for the bell to ring. Hit him low.
They give the sign for the bell to ring.
Right there. They just attacked. That's the only
Oh,
way
these people
they go.
didn't pay. They
They're
they didn't pay to see this live. They got paid to see this live. These are all paid extras. Jeez, look at this. Oh, that's how you break a shoulder. Oh, that looks so bad in slow motion.
Humiliation that
Oh,
night. This was an easy victory. A night on the town for the SST.
Hubert Simpson?
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's toss it to Ken Resnick with the team of
poor
Powers
dude.
and Gunn.
Ladies and gentlemen, I really wish you would have been afforded the opportunity I just had. Periodically,
I just watched Johnny Gunn have sex with 3 women. It was great.
Taking place with some of
Jim
the other
Powers was just watching in the corner.
But was interesting here, no one was talking about the action, the execution inside the ring. All the other wrestlers were just shaking their heads and talking about the greeting that Johnny Gunn got from the female fans here in the American Wrestling Federation when he came out to ringside. It was truly something
Simpson
to
was
behold.
fun.
Gentlemen, in fact, Jimmy,
Boy, he got
congratulations, another big
slapped.
win. Johnny, I've got to ask
Jim
you,
Powers
in all my
getting
years
that
of
handshake
covering
in there
professional
like
wrestling,
a
now, I've seen a lot of wrestlers
real good
get some
guy.
pretty nice greetings from female fans, either on their way to the ring or back to the dressing rooms after a match. But this is the only time I can ever remember
you
seeing
look
a wrestler.
good, Jim.
In fact, they didn't even wait for you to get in the ring. They were there waiting for you.
Kenny, in all your years and all my years, I can't believe it either. I mean, Jimmy and myself, we're in the
Can't
back
believe it
going
either.
over
Just
pre-match
wanted to
strategy and whatnot.
crank me
We
off.
walked out to the music, the lights, everything.
just to see a ring full of beautiful women. I didn't know if it was a woman's battle royal. I don't know what it was. I just
A woman's battle royal?
It certainly was
Shit, I didn't know.
Unbelievable, to say the least. But now,
They told me to come out at the wrong time. Sherry's in there. Candy
adulation,
Divine.
for lack of a better term, spilling its way outside the arena. You noticing it anywhere else, Johnny?
Well, I think ever since I've been in the American Wrestling Federation, I think my popularity has skyrocketed. Actually, our popularity. I mean, I go to
I'd
the
argue
gym, I go to
with
the
all these
market, I
women
go to the
showing up,
gas
Rico
station.
Suave should be
Everywhere,
investigated
I
for
just
something.
feel like the girls just just tearing my clothes off. It's unbelievable.
Now, let me ask you, there's been a rumor,
Poor
if you will,
Jim.
circulating about an incident that happened. You were in the car, Jimmy was with you, girls, police involved. Could you maybe enlighten us a little about that?
Well, only if you promise not to tell anybody.
These sound like allegations we should not be talking about on a wrestling show.
Okay. Jimmy and myself, we're in our convertible, just out, hanging out, what we do best and whatnot. We're at a red light.
Yeah, I don't like where this is going.
Girls pulled up beside us, just jumped in. It wasn't for Jimmy. I don't know what
Well,
would
the
have
girls
happened.
just jumped in, I
shirt
swear.
went off, this
Well, I
one
didn't
that
do
way, this
anything.
one
They
that
just
way.
jumped in the
Well,
car.
it is a family show, so let's just keep it at that.
Well, Jimmy, I can certainly tell Johnny was very
That
pleased
was
you were there
not
to be a
good.
service. But you know what? All the
I swear
girls
she said she was
aside,
18, officer.
You and Johnny are becoming a very formidable tag team here in the American Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, Ken, we're here for one reason, and one reason alone. I don't know what to think of all the popularity we're getting from the girls.
I don't understand these women. This guy's
the greatest
Duggo,
tag
obviously.
team in the American Wrestling
Chris
Federation.
Hansen should be doing
That's
this
what we
interview.
came here for.
Got your
and
chat
we're gonna
log here,
stay
Johnny Gunn.
as long as it takes to rise to the top in the American Wrestling Federation. And I'm sure somewhere down the line, we're going to have some gold belts around our waist.
And what's been very
And if
interesting, I know
we
I'm
don't,
talking to a lot of
it's
the other
because
wrestlers
my
here in
partner
the
is in
AWF,
jail?
Each and every time you two step in
Or
the ring,
whatever
your
the fuck
teamwork
that story
seems to be
was.
getting better and better, your confidence, and nobody has gotten up from the power blaster when you two put it on.
I doubt very much anyone will, Kenny.
Take a good look.
Why is it
Jimmy
called
Powers
that?
and Johnny Gunn, I guarantee you'll be hearing a lot more of them in the American Wrestling Federation. Now stay
The
with us.
promo
We've
that
got
has
lots
the
more to
story
come.
about the girls jumping in the car with the police. You can't end it with, yeah, and then you guys put on the power blaster.
Right choice with the American Wrestling Federation. So until next week.
Jeez. All right, everybody. That does it for tonight. We've survived the American Wrestling Federation. So yeah, that was something. Sure, that last promo. What was going on there? So yeah, thank you all so much for spending your Sunday evening with me and the AWF. Off the Grid will be back 2 Sundays from now. Find some real weird stuff. And until then, I'll be back Tuesday for WCW Deep Cuts Live. Be watching 2 episodes of WCW Worldwide from April of '94, May of '94, somewhere in there. Yeah, thank you all so much. Appreciate you all, and goodbye.